wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? You. Temperatures going up, the heat is rising, scholars are showing up, audience vibing. We on a mission, competition is the only desire. Whose information will be facing the unmerciful fire? So what's up, stand up, can you walk through hell? So tough, too tough for the weak soft shell. Set the fire, fan the flame, smoke is rising in blooms, while the inexperienced debater starts to choke on the fumes. Bring your science, bring your wisdom, even bring us your religion. If you cannot stand the heat, then please don't come in the Paul's kitchen. It's a session, learn a lesson, fight and overcome your fear. Who will beat the best debates? By the time all the smoke clears, who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke?
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? You. Temperatures going up, the heat is rising, scholars are showing up, audience vibing. We on a mission, competition is the only desire. Whose information will be facing the unmerciful fire? So what's up, stand up, can you walk through hell? So tough, too tough for the weak soft shell. Set the fire, fan the flame, smoke is rising in blooms, while the inexperienced debater starts to choke on the fumes. Bring your science, bring your wisdom, even bring us your religion. If you cannot stand the heat, then please don't come in the Paul's kitchen. It's a session, learn a lesson, fight and overcome your fear. Who will beat the best debates? By the time all the smoke clears, who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke?
You can't get in colleges. If you read from the Bible, obey the commandment and know who your mother and father is. Tune in to Sinaitic, cause he the protector of the gods. I'm talking about Dr. Benjamin, Yusuf, Yacanan, and John Henry Clark. We got a scale on my art, if he light as a feather, let's go and weigh his heart. I am the shrine of Ptah, if you say I am, better recognize a god. All I see is pseudos and frauds. Kudos to my dogs, shit judo for you frogs. I think it's time to hop off the environment. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough.
Will survive, comedic knowledge on the rise, raising consciousness divine, to the truth we subscribe. Jabari leading the way, Shaka Amos don't play, Sonetta don't open the gates, and up and banging the day. It's a family for the culture, rebuking all you vultures. Service environment full of soldiers, unlock your mind, they'll expose you. HOK is the squad, debating the truth is a nod. Watch where you step in the pod, or they'll tear you apart.
Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. 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 Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough.
you're the trendsetter.
You did it again, man.
General, HOK Field Marshal, you know? None of them can bother dance on the top.
Revelation, set the top.
Violate the general. Head up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor the AK, Jabari got the chrome. Hector West the how we sending them home. Regina the alley with a Cuban and a galley. Send you back on Nile Valley with a shot in your toe intellectually. How click the link if your scholarship stop him. Or if just want make you cry with the truth. No lie, my youth, him a real historian. 21 gun salute for commission. Not a brother, a hustle, a move like all I found the black woman not all like Tulsa and the yarn of our sister freedom. I don't hold panel, no one time for Bible thumping the minute them see me come. Revelation set, from here the trendsetter. None of them can bother dance on it. None of them can bother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better.
Coast to coast, we be banging. Bringing all this knowledge, we be slanging. In the HOK, we don't do no entertaining.
The truth, speak the facts.
What the niggas just a layman. Better get on one accord. The future can be yours. Ancestors push you more. We gotta go explore the sciences and math. The future's based on class. You bout to catch my wrath. We turning up this track.
In the dark spots of the right.
The dark heart still fight. We gotta make this right. Talk right now. We learn how to stand up and stand proud. No man down. We fam now. House of the conscious, my clan now.
From here the trendsetter. None of them can bother dance on it. None of them can bother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better.
When I look at you niggas, I see what I'm not. Go take him, a little bit of her, mix it with them, I put them in a pot. Still can't get none like me. It might sound the same, but it's unlikely. One white tee, if I lift it up, then you niggas gonna see where the gun might be. I thought I told ya. Afro Nation, Revelation, we some soldiers. Sonetta put this team together, now it's over. We got the weight of the world up on my shoulder. When you get conscious information, hearts turn colder. Now look at these trappers who rapping the same, so stuck in their lane, systemically, chemically. I'm thinking something is wrong with their brain. As long as they paid and flowing the chain, I got nothing to say. They in love with the gang. I traded my gang for change, and now that I changed, a few things still say the same.
From here the trendsetter. None of them can bother dance on it. None of them can bother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better.
Peace, assalamu alaikum. Hotep, namaste, jambo, ashe, shalom, shalom. All the greetings of love and light to the darkest minds of the light, to the HOK family, to our brother Seven Ausar. Please hit the like button. Peace, Seven Ausar. Can you hear me okay? Yes, I hear you great. I hear you very well. All right, everyone, we have a show going on over on the bigger channel in the platform and the network. They're battling tooth and nail against Freemasonry. Dun, dun, dun! But we over here, and we're going to do some deep diving in a smoke session with our brother, Seven Ausar, one of the HOK family members himself. He's going to bring out the Abrahamic religions. And he has a question. Do they spread war and oppression and false conversion more than any other belief systems, any other organizations, any other entities in the world? So hit the like button. You know the drill. We're going to be over here in the HOK Coliseum. I'm going to end this show on Sonetta Studios. And Sonetta is going to be ending the House of Consciousness show soon. And we're going to see if any Hebrews come up in here for some smoke. I highly doubt it. I know Apostle will. He's always about the smoke. Peace. Come on in, Ausar. I'm just kind of like trying to get the people to come in. But how you doing?
I'm enjoying your setup. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Continue to set it up and let me know when you're ready for me to
set it up and set it off.
Yes, ma'am. Do your Jada Pinkett.
Oh, yes. I got my Jada Pinkett, my Vivica Fox. Shout out to Queen Latifah. I forgot the sister, the younger sister that was on there. I forgot her name that had the baby on the show.
It's Ella, something with an E. but her name is always forgotten.
Set it off. That is a classic. So I think the show has ended. So I never came in here. Let me see if they're still over there trying to convince people that Yara sounded hilarious. God, I was getting secondary embarrassment for him. God, he's embarrassing.
It was.
Like,
it was a great show. It was great.
It's good, yeah. So let's see if they come in and face you, because you're about to come in and talk about the Abrahamic faiths. What you're setting some stuff up. So if you need a minute, I can just say hello some more to the audience.
I'll set it up.
Awesome. Okay, let me see here.
I want to say peace.
Okay, come on.
To the Abrahamic family.
Yourself. Yeah, introduce yourself, because we always see you just hit the panel, but tell us a little bit about who you are and what you study, what your career, your profession, whatever your hobbies are. Come on in and let us know more about you.
Okay. Introduce you to the world of Seven Ausar,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir.
I'm just an average Black man who's grew up in this oppression in America, who got the knowledge of himself in the early 90s. It was when Minister Farrakhan and Khalid Muhammad were spearheading the movement of bringing information to the community, researching what had been done in the 30s and 60s, in the 90s. And I had became a big part of that. I had attended some mosques, and then I got introduced to the 5% Nation and got my hands on the 120. And from then on, I started researching and studying different religions. Of course, like most, I was born and raised in Christianity, but my parents weren't devout people who went to church. They were believers, but not practicers. But I still knew the religion. But as I studied more onto different religions, the differences, and then I started researching the impact that these religions had on our communities, the historical content. I got more into history than I did into religion, and the historical, the impact of history on me and my view on everything is what centered me and what has brought me here today, to this channel, to meet you beautiful and lovely educated people, and to present and to correct. I now have put upon myself to make sure to correct misinformation when I have the correct information for our community, because far too long we are disunited and misinformed. And that's pretty much what I'm about when it comes to this.
That's great. Thank you so much for that background. We appreciate it. We appreciate you being here. It's somebody came in and said, it's, we what we're doing, folks, is we're doing a slow build. You know how you start to smoke. You when you go, you ever smoked anything like meat? I mean, you get the smoker. You gotta stoke the fire, y'all. They don't know. They don't. 7, we gotta help.
We gonna teach them.
We gotta help some of our.
That's what they hear.
Okay, so we're stoking. We right now we're just putting what are we using here? We got some mesquite, maybe some hickory. We're putting the wood into the smoker, aka kindler, where Apostle said, you can kindle. He said, what did he say of Apostle? Come back up. Apostle's gonna come over here. Somebody was saying that.
Oh, you already know he is.
He was saying kindle. He was saying that means gather wood. Kindle is to start the fire. So don't worry, y'all. We got this. Okay, so let's go ahead and let them keep on arguing. Most of those people, especially Yara, who are up there arguing about Freemasons, are jealous because they can't get it. They can't become one. Yes, I said it, and I mean it. There's no lodge for them. And then when the brother said, I was a Hebrew Israelite, Yara got a little twinkle in his eye like, maybe there's hope for me to become one. But the brother probably had to stop being a Hebrew Israelite to be a Mason, because you can't be in a hate group openly in a hate group, because we know there's KKK members, YouTube, but you can't openly be in a hate group. And I'm not saying all Hebrew Israelites. Obviously, I'm a Hebrew Israelite woman in my what I subscribe to, but I'm unconventional. What I'm trying to say is, Yara could never be a Mason because he's hateful. You know, I got to always put my little Yara. It's like when you say don't do drugs. I got to do my PSA against Yara. Avoid him. Don't be Yara. That's what I mean. Don't avoid him, but don't be like Yara.
Created an adversary. He didn't create an adversary in you.
He's been my adversary.
That's not good.
It's like, we're like Satan and Jesus. Okay, we still are the same team, but nobody really knows it. But we're going against each other. Okay, and Yara obviously is Satan, because only Satan would cause everybody to feel so miserable when he's around. Goddamn, I'm cooking already. Okay, Seven's like, damn, I thought this is a smoke session.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Yes, I don't want peace with Yara.
Always.
Any of these. Let me
be
say
here for the smoke.
Yes, we do. Okay, Seven. Is there peace with the Abrahamic faith, with the Abrahamic religions? Go ahead and let's get into your presentation, my friend.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is really not about the wisdom that's in the book, right? This not even just the book in these religions. These religions primarily were created to create unity, a culture of peace, a culture of just prosperous and great life for human beings. But what this presentation is about is how, even though those concepts were created with a positive intent, history has taught us the leadership of these religions have not only inserted things in these religions to justify their oppression, their wars and their conflicts, their oppression of women, their justification of slavery and pedophilia.
Damn.
Right.
We understand that those bombs. You're okay, right? I'm gonna be doing my bombs.
Yeah. Oh, this is the smoke session, and bombs will be dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to understand is that history teaches us that when you look at these religions and the leadership, they come to conclusions of wars and conflicts. They come to conclusions of oppression and greed, right? And really greed centers the slavery, the oppression of women, the pedophilia, because it's all selfishness coming from men. Let's be clear. These are men who are creating these atrocities upon mankind. And can you share my screen on my first thing I'm going to share?
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm showing is this because hold on. Let's see if I can get to it to scroll it down so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay. What I'm doing here is I want to show you guys the 5 causes of holy wars, right? These are the defining concepts and reasons that these religious leaders come up to justify their warmongering, their conflicts, their enslavements and oppression. And you see the first one says defense, recapture of sacred sites. You know, and this becomes a primary cause, is protecting the liberating holy places. This is what they say. We have to protect Jerusalem, right? We have to take Jerusalem. It really belongs to us. It doesn't belong to them, right? And this is something that's happened in antiquity and is still happening in today, right? We also, number 2 is religious authority and autonomy, right? Conflicts arise when religious instructions, like the papacy, challenge secular rules, seeking independence and supreme power, leading to wars justified by upholding church authority. So these people feel self-authoritized, that my God said that I can do this. Who are you to question my God, right? And the third one is the ideological purity and hearsay, right? Wars can be sparked by internal religious divisions or external threats, aiming to purify a faith from perceiving corruption or eliminate opposing beliefs as seen in European religion conflicts, which have spearheaded most of these wars and conflicts and oppressions and slavery. Let's make sure we keep that clear. But it does not keep us from being complicit in operating in these systems in their same fashion, because not all of us do, right? And let me scroll down for a minute so we can see the rest of this. Bear with me. I had to put this together pretty quickly. So where are we? I can't find you. Here we go. Don't you worry. It must just missing for some reason. Okay, but the fourth one is political and territorial ambition.
Can you hear me? Okay,
So,
I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
yeah.
Okay,
No, I
real
was
quick,
looking for
see
the other
you.
page.
I'm sorry. 1 second, sir. Humble, I'm glad you're here. We're going to open the panel. You're more than welcome to come in for this smoke session. And peace to you. Yeah, we're just going to let him get some of this out, and just please hold tight. Good to see you. All right. Just letting him know that I know he's back there. All right. I'm sorry, Seven. What were you saying? You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm just saying the fourth one is political and territorial ambition, meaning that you have these leaders around here who are trying to justify their invasion, their colonialism, their takeover of your resources and land in the name of their God or their religion. And history has shown this throughout the time, right? We've seen this all through history. And can you unshare my screen for me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right.
So are you, what are you thinking? You're standing, I know what your rhetoric is pretty much, but for those who aren't familiar, you're saying the Abrahamic religions have caused a lot of damage and a lot of death and destruction, and done more harm than good.
The leadership. Let me say the leadership, right?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's a trickle down theory.
The leadership, okay.
Yeah.
And
No.
And the books.
What you're saying is 100% correct.
And the books, right?
What you're saying is correct. And the leadership of these religions it's trickling down, right? You have an indoctrination of a religion, and they'll put things in there to create justification for these oppressions. And some people will agree with the justifications because they're indoctrinated in it, right? And they're only indoctrinated because someone put it in there. The leadership did, right? So, well, I can't find the last one, the other one, so I can tell you the fifth one, because I didn't memorize it. But for some reason, I can't find it. But we'll move on to the next one, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to move on to the next one.
And whenever you're ready, I can bring people in. It's up to you. Let me know.
Okay. I'm going to run through these really quick, okay?
Okay, sure.
I'll run through them real quick.
I didn't see any slides in the back, so I'll let you know when it's up. I'll put it in on the screen, I mean. All right, everyone, while he does that, please hit the like button.
All right.
Don't be shy.
Can you see it?
Yes, I have it. I put it up. You should share it on your end. You didn't share it. I don't see it. It's weird. Right. Did you share it?
Thank you. Okay, right here we have, go ahead and share it.
Yeah, it's sharing. Might need to
Right
just
here, what
one
we have
tap it,
is
but it's
the
fine. So I can see it.
Britannica
Social and cultural transformations. All right.
that's sharing history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Yeah, social and cultural transformations
Okay.
in it's Encyclopedia
Right here,
Britannica.
this yes. And
Looks
this
like
is outlining
Jabulon might be messing
Islamic
with your connection.
conquest.
Damn, Billy. What did you say?
Oh, you can't see it?
We can hear you, yeah.
Wait a minute, you can't see it?
We can see it and hear it.
Okay, I just want to make sure you can see
No,
it.
I'm just letting you know it's the encyclopedia,
Okay,
right?
all right.
I think you have a delay.
Yeah, it's the encyclopedia.
Okay.
No, I can hear you in real time, unless you have the delay, but I can hear you. Okay. Well, right here, this is what this is showing is the Arabs' conquest and how they were going around and forcefully converting people into Islam, right? They're using their religion. The Arab conquests are often viewed as a discrete period. The end of the conquest appears to be a convenient dividing line because it coincides with a conventional watershed, the overthrow of the Umayyad Caliphate by the Abbasids to illustrate their role in a broader social and cultural change. However, the military conquest should be included in a period twice as long during with the conquest as the hearts and minds of the majority of the subject culture also occurred between 634 and 870. Islam was transformed from badge of a small
Is it me or is it his connection?
to produce Islam's fundamental or shows where Islam.
Can y'all hear? Put a 1 in the chat.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me ask the audience. Put a 1 in the chat if you are hearing me on a delay or Ausar. Please, I think it is you because you're kind of breaking up. You never know. You never know. Who is it, you guys? You can. So wait, is it a 1?
I'm in the hills. My internet is.
I shouldn't have said that. Is it your internet? Yeah, I think it might be you.
It's probably I'm in the hills of California, Riverside, so it might be messing with me right now.
Okay. Well,
I might have to go to my phone.
Now, sounds good now. So
I won't be able to send the information.
Can you hear me? You sound good now. You can keep going. We can hear you. It's just kind of breaking up for a minute.
Do I? I can hear you.
All right, so keep going. You can keep going. Damn.
You can hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
It was just
I might have to go to my phone. Okay.
No, just keep going right now, and then we'll see how it works. Okay. If it doesn't work, I'll stop you.
All right.
All right.
Okay. But essentially, what it's showing is that Islam improved and improved on the people that they had practicing Islam through conquering those lands through that time period I showed, right? Forcing their religion on people, even the identities of their cultures and the influence of it, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Through forced conversion, right?
Yes, sir.
And from that first conversion, there bore new wars from that forced conversion from the Islam from the Muslims from Islam, mm-hmm. And that went to the Crusades from the Christians. The Christians wanted to take back that land. Can you guys hear me? I think I can't hear nobody or see nobody.
Yes, take back that land. The Muslims.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We hear you. We can hear what you hear, or maybe we can't hear what you hear. So let's do this. Maybe you could just get through your. Can you hear me, Seven?
Okay.
Seven to Star. Damn.
Go ahead, sis.
Why don't you do what Moses does and upload? So put everything backstage right now, and then go to your phone, and then I can just share it and go as you say, change slides like he does. If it keeps messing up.
Okay.
Peace of Sarim Ka.
Yeah.
You fell asleep the other night. We took too long to get to you.
Let's just do that. It's interrupting my flow.
You can just keep going. It's
yeah,
7,
we're
but
gonna do that. I'm gonna
just try to keep
I'm gonna sign out. Just hold it down while I sign out. I'm gonna come back
Got
into
it.
my phone.
Yes. Let me bring Humble up here and let him come in. We got you, brother. Peace, Humble.
Blessings, Sister Pie. I appreciate you.
Yes, we appreciate you coming in. So no, you weren't snoring, Ausar. You had the wherewithal to mute out this time. But hey, everybody gets tired, and guess what? I snore. So Humble.
Yes,
Peace
ma'am.
to the Bomb Squad. I saw you over there.
Most definitely.
Yeah, what do you think about what the topic is about what he's going at right now? If you saw a little bit of it.
I actually agree with the brother's standpoint. I do think Abraham's religious leadership caused more harm than they do good. And there's a plethora of history. I was actually in the back waiting to see, what he was going to bring out. Because you already know, listen, if I ain't gonna do nothing, I'm gonna at least bring something to read, So, while I was on my own thing, I was, looking up certain popes he was talking about. When I came in, he was talking about holy wars. And so I started looking up, popes that were responsible for calling holy wars, right? I wanted to see if he was going to bring that up. I'm not sure if he was, probably wasn't. But if I could just read some and just get into a little detail, I'm not going to be too long. But it says popes historically responsible for calling the authority of holy wars. Pope Urban II from 1088 to 1099 initiated the First Crusade in 1095 at the Council of Clermont. His call to arms is the most famous papal authorization of holy war in history, directly tied to the original of the crusading movement discussed in the search results. Right. Then we got Pope Gregory, 1073 to 1085, conceptual architect of the crusading idea, proposed an armed pilgrimage to defend Byzantium before Urban.
Well, the Byzantine. Can you show it?
I'm gonna spell it.
Byzantine.
Byzantine. So these are just I was just going over. I think I got an echo. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, you got a little echo.
Okay.
It's listen, it's 7 popes over here, but these are just some of the people that are responsible for themselves calling upon holy war just to, spread the name of their God or, take action and change the belief of these people, so that's where I came in on it. Then he was talking about the Islamic or the Arab Crusades and how they pretty much was doing the same thing. I pulled up something on that too, just a little bit on that, but they most definitely did use religious reasoning to oppress people as well. If you didn't believe in my God, either you would die. We'll lock your family away. They burnt people's families alive. They did so many horrible things to people who wouldn't convert. Right. And I do want to note that this is around the time, because we throw around that word pagan so much. This is around the time that the word pagan was being switched to mean rural person, to mean a person who didn't believe in the God of the Bible. Right. So in the beginning, a pagan was just a person who lived in the hilly areas, in the urban areas. But after the Crusades and things of that nature, the Crusades started looking at people as pagan who wasn't trying to worship their religion in some sort. So that's a little bit, that's what I caught. That was my take from it. I just didn't know if the brother was going to go in detail as I went into detail, but
Yeah,
you know,
he is.
but that's
No,
what
that
I
was
took
some
from
good
Sister
stuff
Park.
right there. Let me let you know you're on it. So you're on his team right. You're gonna be helping him bring the smoke. So yeah, he's back. Thank you for that, Humble. You always have you and Rakufu are always ready to bring the sources. So I appreciate that. If you don't mind, don't go anywhere. If you still have a little time to wait for him to finish up with his presentation, if you could just drop down in the back, you don't have to leave. Just being backstage, I'll put you there if you want. And yeah, I'm gonna bring you back up when he's ready. So thank you, Humble. Looks like he was sharing a lot of good stuff right there, Seven, about the papal bull and the did he bring up the papal bull? I don't even remember.
No,
He was getting ready to basically on the line of it. So what do you think about that? Was that
he was right on point. He said a lot of the stuff I was about to that I have in my presentation. He pretty much said what I was going to say about just that one thing about the justification of war, using religion to justify their wars, right?
holy wars?
Yep, and their holy wars. And I went through the five. I went through the five justifications that they used through holy wars, and then he named the popes that actually did.
Yes.
And the point of what I'm saying is that, and I want to point out this, and the Hebrews are going to love this. From my research, I seen it was mainly Christians and Muslims that were doing forced conversion. I haven't found any history where the Hebrews were forced converting anybody. If there's any history that anybody can educate me on, it would be welcomed. But from the research I found, I couldn't find any. There were conflicts, but there weren't really a forced conversion on people with Hebrew. And that's one thing I would give to the Hebrews. That you
Now
guys
you're saying Hebrew, modern Hebrew, or back
No.
in the Bible days?
in antiquity, I couldn't find any. Modern wise, I haven't seen any evidence of any modern conversion of Judaism.
Hebrews, no, not forced, not like the Inquisition or anything like
Yeah,
that.
nothing like that. So
Okay, so is there? You want to get through?
yeah,
information so we can-
the next thing I want to talk about is, let's talk about slavery, because we also know that the Abrahamic religions spearheaded the mass incarceration of human beings, and they did this for hundreds of years. And this was Christians and this was Muslims, right?
Yes.
I mean, when you look at the papal, right, and you look at the Pope Nicholas the Fifth issued the papal bulls in 1493 that extended similar rights to the Spanish monarchs regarding the New World, contributing to the systems of forced labor and enslavement of indigenous populations there. The papal states in various Catholic clergy and religious orders, including convents themselves, owned slaves for centuries, using captured Muslims as galley slaves or for domestic work. The Holy Office under Pope Pius the Sixth in 1866 stated the subject to certain conditions. It was not contrary to the natural and divine law for a slave to be sold, bought, exchanged, or donated. This was a statement on a theological basis of just title, servitude, which was distinct from unjust chattel slavery based purely on race. So this was a religious justification to enslave people. And these popes, these people in leadership, administrated they put these laws and these racist concepts into the religion so they can justify their enslavement of people, right? And we know that that Muslims, when they conquered, they enslaved, right? We know they spearheaded the transatlantic slave trade. So there's no debate or anyone can't argue against those historical facts, right? So we look at these Abrahamic religions and we see that they force people to believe in their God. We see that they force servitude in the name of their God and justified in the name of their God. Let's talk about one of their main weapons. The main weapon, one of the biggest weapons that these Abrahamic faiths used to operate these horrific systems. And this was the printing press, right? Now, there's a lot of misunderstandings with the printing press because people think it was just the printing press that it wasn't really the printing press. It was Johannes Gutenberg's invention of mass production with the printing press. So he was able to produce books at a higher rate than anybody else who had the original printing press, which was created in China, right? The Chinese created the printing press, but he created a printing press that can produce books at a mass amount, right? So they were able to spread that propaganda, right? When they would go into lands to colonize these lands, they would have a rifle in one hand and a Bible in the other, or a Quran in the other, right? And so we have to understand that this leadership in these religions have come across every inch and part of this continent in regards of to force their religion and their concepts on people so they can so they can use them as slaves, use women, right, as their sexual slaves, right, and to also abuse children. Now let's go into the children, right? Because when we talk about the abuse of children, it becomes justified once again in these religions, right? When you have concerns regarding child abuse within the Abrahamic religion, specifically Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, they have been extensively documented, focusing on both historical figures and modern institutions' failings in that regard. While these faiths officially condemn child abuse, research and investigations have highlighted how in some instances, institutional cultures have allowed abuse to occur and shielded perpetrators. We know what that institution was. That's the Catholic institution, right? It's very well documented in the abuse of children in that religion, and the cover-ups, the constant, because it wasn't just one. There were many cover-ups, and they continue to cover up to this day, right? And when you look at Islam, we understand there was the marriage of Aisha, right? We understand there's different practices in Islam where women are abused in the name of Allah or the Quran, right? We know the documented proof of these things, yet people still practice these religions in faith and will kill, maim in the defense of these religions and this faith, in contrast to these facts I'm giving you, right? And I want to conclude with this because I know people want to come on and they have a lot of opinions and they want to get this smoke. So let's get them coughing, right? The last thing I want to talk about is how religion affects women, right? Women rarely have a voice in these Abrahamic religions. Women have to fight for their voices in these religions. And a lot of their oppression were based on a lot of these men in these religious ideologies, right? And when you hear women speak, when they can freely speak on how their experiences have been in religion, it's been mental abuse, sexual abuse, treated like a slave, right? Treated like a child, right? And all of these justifications for the oppression of women, once again, were written in the books by men. So I'm going to conclude there. And Paul, you can allow people to get on the panel and they can come with their questions, inquiries, and we can get that smoke train rolling. Are you there, Queen? She may have stepped off for a minute.
I thought I'm muted, but I didn't know. Yeah, I'm here. Did you share something?
No.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, well, because I'm on my phone, so I wasn't able to share. So I just went ahead and just.
Okay. So what would you?
I said we can put the people
let's bring
on.
them on up, and of course
we get the smoke train going.
Your arch nemesis, the one and only Apostle Zaquan. Peace, Apostle. Shalom.
Peace. Shalom.
Before, Apostle, I just want to say, my brother, that you did an excellent job yesterday with Moses. Yesterday.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. You did an excellent job today.
I appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, from what I just heard about the auto da fe and you know what happened in the 1490s, started in the 1450s, but yeah, the paper bulls and the dumb diverses.
Is he correct that Abrahamic faith is behind a lot of death and destruction?
Yeah, well, see, I don't.
The leaders.
Yeah, I don't. That's the world that says the Abrahamic faith. Abraham had nothing to do with Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. Why they call it, I think I understand it because they came from his seed. The people that they say associated with Islam is Abraham's first child. I'm not sure if that's really true any more than folklore. Jacob name was changed from Jacob to Israel. His sons became the 12 tribes, but we don't look at it as a religion as much as a way of life. Christianity is something that started out, if I'm going to use the terminology, Judaism, because the first Christians were Jews. In that case, I'm a Christian because I believe in Christ, but I'm not a Christian in terms of what today Christianity teach. I'm opposed to Christianity. Christianity has slaughtered in the name of Christianity. Not to say that in Israel we didn't fight. We defended ourselves. We had to defend our territory. We had to defend our land.
Well, let me ask you this, Apostle. You would agree that majority, if you look at history, if you study history, the span of history that's recorded, right? When you look at conflicts and wars, the majority of wars and conflicts, when it came to specifically of trying to convert someone or enslave someone, majority came from either Hebrew, Islamic, or Christian religions, right?
No, we never used
from their leadership. Let me say that, from their leadership.
Yeah. But even our leadership, we never forced conversion on people.
No, I agree, and I said that.
Yeah.
I did say that. That was one thing I gave you. You guys did not.
Yeah,
but Christians and the Muslims did. The Christians and the Muslims did.
Right. We allowed strangers to live among us as long as they kept our laws. We allowed that, but we were still told not to take the strangers as wives, not to marry, because when you do that, you mix in covenants and customs.
And I haven't found any pedophilia in any Hebrew history either. I don't know if there's any. Somebody may be able to educate me on that.
What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Well, thank you for
Wait a
correcting me.
minute. Now
Yes,
it's Ausar.
I'm finna say.
You flipping over to the other side. I
No,
No,
don't
I'm
get
not.
intimidated because you see all these Hebrews coming in here.
Oh no, I'm
Hey,
not
Stand your
intimidated.
ground.
Don't you get it
hey,
twisted.
Asar.
I'm only
Hey,
going by what I know. So
yeah,
I one thing about your brother Seven
Let me
Star,
move
he
forward.
ain't gonna cap. He ain't gonna
Yeah.
cap.
let
All
me
right.
wrap
Can I
up.
Okay.
really
Let me get
really
over.
fast?
Can I wrap up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Um, you know, regardless of these great consequences, and most of that happened between us. Is we had more problem treating our women than other people. Now, captive slave, you know, war things happen, but not as like
Okay.
Christianity, like church. You find within Catholicism or in Protestant movements today, like you see that stuff going on. No, you're not going to see that, and you're not going to really see it in Islam. Though in Islam, it's going to be deep covered up.
Okay, let's see what.
Anybody
Thank you,
practicing
Apostle.
that, they're not going to do it openly because that's a
Okay,
death.
let's see if Humble agrees because we got to get around the panel and I'm gonna let everybody have, like I said the other time, a minute. But if I see you need to say more, you can go over. You get what I'm saying, so we could get the time in. Humble, do you agree? What? No pedophilia, huh? That's
No, I
strange.
don't
But
agree
what
with
do you
that. And
think?
I really just want to say something. I just want to give my little spill on what the brother Asar was in his presentation. I would have really liked to see more Asar. I actually have a presentation coming up on the 23rd. The pie check with Sai. Text him about that. The topic is actually similar to this. I'm going to go much in detail though. Also, on that subject, you
Say
were
this real quick.
saying,
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to say this real quick. I know this is your time, but I just want to apologize to you and everybody else because of the failings of my equipment where I'm at. It wasn't an intentional thing. I was fully prepared to show all of that information. What I'm going to I can only use satellite for my internet up here because the infrastructure isn't built up quite yet, right? They're still building out here. But I'm going to improve on that quickly and do right by you all in that regard. So once again, I apologize,
most
but I'm
definitely.
still here for the smoke.
And I just want to, I want to make one last thing, and I'm gonna get out of here, brother.
Yeah.
Check your back chat. I sent you something on the regards of you saying the Hebrew Israelites never pushed their indoctrination on anyone. I sent you something in the back chat. Check that out, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Mm.
The more information I get, the more
Okay.
powerful I am. Thank you.
Was it in the past or
Humble, do
future?
you want to humble? Do you want to? So yeah, you have some information on the pedophilia. I can get to easy bands and come back around to you because we have Kassad. Thank you for joining, and we also have King J. So you're good, Humble. Can I move on to the other panelists? All right, thank you. Easy bands, thank you for joining. What do you say? What do you think about Asar's presentation?
So I just caught the end of Asar's presentation because I was on the other channel with Sarnetta and all them. Thanks for bringing me up first off. And Asar, respects for, I respect anybody that does a presentation on here. So let me just add my 2 cents. When it comes to the papal bull that you're talking about, that's not in regards to doctrine or theology. So right there, your claim is dismissed, okay? Because it's not Christian theology or doctrine that's in regards to. What that's in regards to is basically like church operations at the time, et cetera, how they do their thing, et cetera. So those are 2 different things. If you were talking about like Christian theology, that this is what we believe, you go out and enslave people, et cetera, I'd give you the benefit of the doubt if the Bible actually said that, but that's not part of the doctrine at all. I'm pretty sure you can agree with that. The second thing is you're talking about how Abrahamic faiths are responsible for, majority of the wars. Basically, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to now again ask you: are you aware that, according to scholars that have studied the issue, that Abrahamic faiths are basically, I think, only responsible for about 6% of the wars since at least the 1500s. And if we go back to the beginning of about 6%, 6%,
6%.
yes, of all wars.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
All right. So Abrahamic faiths are responsible for about 6% of wars since like the 1500s. And if we're doing all throughout all history, religious wars would count for about 10%, somewhere there. So if you wanted to rebut that, go ahead.
Yeah. I first want to talk about the first thing you said about how what I read in the papyrus wasn't in your theology, but I'm not arguing about scripture. See, what you killed your own self when you said it was the leadership that put that in there, right? That's my argument. It's the leadership that puts stuff in. It's the leadership that commands certain actions in religion, right? It's not in scripture, but people acquiesce to it. They use that as an excuse because the Pope said it was okay. It's the leadership, brother, not the scripture. So the scripture will never win in this argument. It's the leadership. You always understand that. But don't get it twisted, because there is scripture that is used to justify slavery, oppression of women, pedophilia, right? So don't act like scripture is innocent. Just in the case, what I'm talking about as far as leadership using a religion that is for positive and peace to justify war, conflict, slavery, oppression.
So I'll just say you proved my point.
Hold on, because you said a lot. I got to go to your other point where you said it was only 10% and 6% of wars on the planet. My argument isn't that they had the most wars. I said the Abrahamic, out of all the religions, the Abrahamic religion has the most wars than any other one. They created the most wars through trying to force people to convert, right? Through trying to get people's land, trying to justify taking them as human beings. They did that, right? The Buddhists didn't do it. Hindus didn't do it, right? People from Taoism, because I studied the history and I couldn't find it. Unless you can show me where Hindus went and colonized and forced Hinduism on people from other countries, more than Abrahamic faiths have.
Have you read Hindu history and how they had these heavenly wars where, like, for instance, Mohenjo-Daro, or there's places where you find like dead corpses, just in the city.
Is that Hindu history? Does their wars? Because there have been. Wait, hold on, brother. Let's deal with the timelines, because you're talking about a Hindu history of wars. But when you deal with the Hindu history of wars, you can't show me a timeline that matches the timeline of the Holy Wars, of the Crusades, of Christians and Muslims even today.
Why is that?
Warring over religions.
Why is that?
Well, show me. Give me the timeline now.
Because
let me bring Easy Bands. He's going to answer your question. Let me go ahead.
All right. So first
go ahead, Easy
off,
Bands. I'm going to let you park your car. I just wanted to get Kassad and everybody. Go ahead.
All right. So first off, I clarified the question before I addressed it. I said, are you claiming that Abrahamic faiths are responsible for most wars throughout history? You didn't clarify and make a distinction between religious wars, etc. Because even with my information, I added religious wars in some of my in some of the percentages I gave you. You didn't make a distinction. You just made it sound as if.
Can you still haven't shown me any other religion? Wait a minute, brother. You may say I didn't make a distinction, but you still haven't shown me any other religion that has more wars than the Abrahamic faith. You claim Hinduism, but give me a timeline.
Hold on. I didn't claim that. Yeah, they do specifically. We don't know, because.
So you don't know.
Hold on. The only reliable information that we do have goes back to about the 1500s.
So you don't know. You don't know.
Brother, hold on. That's my point to you, bro. You can't make an absolute claim when you don't know what happened in the
I
past?
can only go by what we know, brother. I can't be guessing. I can't. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. You spoken and you made your point. Wait a minute.
You're making an absolute claim. That's my point to you,
Yeah,
brother.
and my absolute claim you can't refute. You can't show
I
me.
just did.
No, you didn't. You're telling me that you don't know. You telling me that you don't know. That's what
do
you're
you mean?
telling me.
I'm telling you, you can't make so hold on. You're telling me right now that you can make an absolute claim even without information from the past.
What I'm telling you right now is that the history that we have, like I said from the beginning, if you look at history,
what history?
The history of the world that's been recorded, that scholars look at.
Yeah.
Right? When you look at that history, brother, well, hold on. When you look at that history, you can't find any other religions that's had more wars than Abrahamic religions. You can't do it.
Yes. Well, this is what I'm
You
telling
say in Hinduism, but then you said you don't know.
Hold on. The only reason is because you're looking at recorded history from the 1500s, brother.
What?
All right?
No, it's not just the 1500s, brother. It's
So
not just the 1500s. Holy War started 312 CE.
So where are you getting your stats from?
Right? 312 CE. That's common history.
Brother, so how many people died in 300 CE?
What does that have to do with the wars, the number of people? Why are you giving me red herring arguments that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about? My main point is that majority of the wars in history that's been recorded has been from Abrahamic faiths. You can't refute that. You haven't brought any information to do so.
That's crazy. I wonder why y'all didn't hear me. I wasn't on the chat. I wasn't on the panel. I was backstage. Let's get Kassad in here because every time I put Kassad up on the thank you, Easy Bands. Thank you, Seven. What do you say, Kassad? Come on, add in, and then I have a lot of not a lot of, but the other brothers gonna come in. Thank you for joining. What do you think? What do you think about what you're hearing?
First, I got a question, so I make sure I understand exactly his point because I did come in when he was talking about them using their God to subject people and conquer lands and stuff like that. So I came in when he was talking about that. So is your argument more towards like Christianity and Islam doing this to
when it comes to conversion? Yes.
Conversion. So your argument is more on conversion, not necessarily.
No. My argument is Abrahamic faiths, all of them, right? All of them. Right? Majority of them have participated in the most wars when it comes to religions. When you look at the religions on the planet, all of the religions, most of the wars and the conflicts were created by Hebrews, Christians, or Muslims, right? Out of all the other religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, right? Those are the Asians, right? Those are the Asian religions, right? And there's some more that I didn't name. If we look at the African indigenous religions, you can't find any recorded history of any religious conflicts between them. There's conflicts, but it's mainly about land or other political issues. But there's nothing where you need to practice my religion or you're disrespecting my religion, and it's a whole blown out war. Right? These the Abrahamic religion has had wars for centuries. They've had wars that lasted centuries.
I don't think you're gonna find that among the Hebrews. I don't think so.
My point is, the Hebrews are still complicit in oppression of people, slavery, the oppression of women, pedophilia of children. Right?
Let me.
They're still guilty of those things. So that's my claim.
Okay. So
Kassad, do you want to finish up before I move on to King J and then we get to
I
Ausar?
just got started. I ain't even hit him with the
Come
smoke
on,
yet.
all right. Come on in. I just, I didn't hear it. Well, what do you have? Because I want to go. What do you have to really that smoke that you really want to bring to him overall?
Yeah. So I got two different things that I want to smoke with him about. So, for one is the thing that Apostle mentioned is actually what Abraham actually believed. So according to the text, Abraham believed in the God of the Israelites. That's according to the text. The Israelites have the text right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 20, right, in verse 10. It says this: when thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. So before we go, the Israelites are to go and destroy. This is not talking about the Canaanites. This is excluding the Canaanites. not them. This is excluding the Canaanites. This is talking about their neighbors and other people, right?
Right.
Before the Israelites come to conquer the other people's territory, they have to offer them peace, right? Let's keep reading. Verse 11. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. Right? They put them under a vassalage state, but they still get to be them. We see the same thing in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you keep reading,
Okay.
it tells you.
What's your point, brother?
It
What's
tells
your
you
point?
if you make no peace, then you go to war with them, right? So the Israelites, they have a law that before we go and conquer and get into it with some people, we offer them peace first, right? And you keep on mentioning people using their gods and their theology to go and subjugate people. But I don't hear nothing about the smoke when it comes to Egypt, because you know I got the sources on that. You know that, right?
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
I'm glad you mentioned Egypt. Does Egypt history has a long span of religious conflicts that's longer than the span of religious war and conflict with the Abrahamic religion?
The entire span of Egypt, they believe that they are to conquer and control people. Now,
Let me say it again. Does Egypt have a history of war and conflict based on Ma'at? Because that would be based on Ma'at, right?
Do you want these sources?
So they have a history longer of warring and about Ma'at. So yeah, please show me the sources. That's more than Abrahamic. That's a longer span of history than Abrahamic religion. So go ahead.
Okay. Let me. While you get the source, because I don't see it. When you get it up, I'll bring it up. But here it is. Damn.
Up.
Well, Kassad, then I'm gonna give you another minute, and then I'm gonna move on to King J, because I know Ausar MK wants to say something about that. I know, Ausar, do not fall asleep this time. You guys, you gotta defend. Gotta come.
Yeah, we missed that brother last night. We missed him last night.
All right, go ahead, Kassad. I don't know if everybody can see that, but I brought it up.
Come on, I'll make it bigger.
Okay.
Right.
And please hit the like button, everybody, if you are enjoying this. I am. It's interesting.
Like the video.
Okay.
Thumb up the video.
Got a minute, so I'm gonna try to get right down to the point. Right. Let's get right here. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes.
I can see it. I can't read it.
Okay, I'll make it a little bigger. You can see?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. It's good.
Okay, bet. It says, throughout the ancient Near East, there was a shared concept that divine authority was mandated through the figure of the king. Egypt was somewhat anomalous in that from the early dynastic period, 3100 to 2686 BCE, Egypt kings assumed an even greater authority, being regarded not only as the agent of the gods, but as a figure who fulfilled a divine office and attained a quasi-divine status. The divine aspect of the pharaoh's office remained closely linked to his marital role. Surenset I, right, claimed that I was nursed to be a conqueror. His Atum son and his protector gave me power what he conquered. This isn't actually sourced from an Egyptian text. We have the sources down here if you want, right? Let's keep reading. It says, from the Middle Kingdom, Egypt onwards, Egyptian pharaohs came to associate themselves, especially with the high god Amun-Re. As the sons of Amun-Re, the pharaohs possessed an incontestable legitimacy to wage war, not only on behalf of Amun-Re, whose support was tacit, but also on his own authority as a quasi-divine being. This built on earlier royal ideology. During the Old Kingdom, the authority of the terrestrial sons of Horus, the act was impunity against Egypt's neighbors, was so axiomatic that no king felt the need to justify such actions. Right? It says right here, Bernadette Manu interprets the Old Kingdom text as presenting war as self-legitimizing, a way for the king to fulfill his obligations with regard to his subject and a validation of his functions regarding his status as a god king. He's literally telling you just because he believes that he has this role because of his theology, his ideology, they can feel like they can go and conquer and subjugate other people, right? Let's actually get into some examples, right? For example,
wait a minute, hold on. Let's pause.
That's not what you. That's
yeah,
that's
not what hold on.
That's not
we
what
need to pause. You're going to
Let me finish reading.
what you need to show me. Wait a minute, hold on, brother.
Let me
Because
finish reading.
You're reading a PDF, and it's hearsay.
Yeah. I need history. See, what you're reading is a text, but you can't show me in history where they went to these regions and forced Ma'at on those people, and they even recorded that Ma'at was forced on them. Give me the time frames of the wars. Give me the time frame of the wars. I need to know the conflicts.
Can I finish reading? Because
show me the conflict.
Not address my point. My whole point when I first just started talking, these people from the start of Egypt's dynasty, their beginning, they believe that they can go and conquer people based off their guys, their theology, the same way you try to blame Abrahamic.
That's not
people.
what that is saying. You
didn't even let me finish reading.
Walking on the script.
Let me respond to him. Let me respond to him.
Yes, and then I'm gonna move on. Go ahead. Okay, Kassad, thank you. Hold on. Okay, Ausar, respond, and then I gotta get to King J, and then Ausar, Imka. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kassad, you coming in here with this flammery, brother.
I'm not.
We're not talking about reading from a text of what the king is saying, what the authority that he holds, right? I'm talking about you need to show me in history the conflicts, brother, and then that's your interpretation of that script. I'm pretty sure there's other people who read that script and has a totally different interpretation. But aside from that interpretation, you're finished talking. We're gonna move on to somebody else. But I'm gonna land my plane right here. You haven't showed me any historical conflicts, Kassad. You haven't shown me none where they forced themselves. Right? I can show you the crusade. I showed you the crusade. I showed you the Islamic.
Am I lying? It do matter.
You're going to get that smoke today because you came in here with some flammery stuff and we ain't having it. So hold on, brother. Hold on. Because it's not your turn to speak. It's not. It's not. You've spoken enough. So I'm going to land my plane right here. Show me the history. Don't show me a text because it's not about text on this show right here. It's about the.
All right, let's get to King J. We'll come on in here. Let's get it in. Let's hear what you have to say.
I appreciate that. Peace to the panel. Peace to Seven. Peace to Ausar. Peace to Humble. Everybody can side. Easy. I took notes. I just want to touch on 2 points on the notes that I did take. Agenda, right? To me, it's the agenda of the people in power, not the religion itself. We could look at Christianity, how our slave owners had a Bible in one hand and justified slavery that way. And in the same token, look at how Martin Luther King used that same book to liberate us. So I think it's more or less of the agenda of the people who's actually using the book or the religion, right? I've seen crackheads find Islam and be raised. I've seen them find Christianity and become a better man. So I don't think it's all negative in religion. I will say in regards to women, I think you're doing them a discredit. I wrote down in Judaism the seven prophetesses: Sarah, Miriam, Esther, Deborah, Abigail. So we can talk about their roles. In Islam, I brought up Asia, the wife of Muhammad, who after he did pass, wrote actual hadiths herself. But I did want to talk about, because I would consider it a fallacy, right, on your part, because you mentioned pedophilia, right? And that is something that is 21st century, our moral code or moral standard. Back then, to me, honestly, looking at it from a historian point of view.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm going to tell you, not historian history and looking and contextualizing it, right? then that seemed to be a practice during that time period, right? So to say that it's pedophilia would be a anachronistic fallacy, right? Because we can't apply 21st century standards and moral codes to ancient Semitic
I don't care what year it is. You shouldn't be messing with no kids, man.
Well, but see, that's our, and see, when you do that, Apostle, that's our moral code, 21st century. Now we have to ask ourselves. Hold on, we have to ask ourselves as a historian, putting ourselves in that time period, why that was a practice, right? Was it because to protect the daughter? Was it because we look at with
No, you talking
with
about
the air? We look at it with hold on, brother, you cut me off. You ain't even supposed to be talking, Apostle.
Let him finish, Apostle. Let him finish.
Apostle, I'm not even talking to you, brother.
Let him finish.
I'm responding to 7. So when we look at Lot, right, and his daughters, right, and how they got them drunk and slept with him, right, we will look at that like that's pedophilia.
No, that's not pedophilia.
Brother, shut up, please, brother. Can you just shut up? That every time you interrupt, you just take my thought process away. So Lot and his daughters, they're looking at this as we're the last people in the world. We need to do this to progenigate and have more people, right? So you have to ask the question why they're doing it, contextualize, because when you're not contextualizing information going to that time period, you distort history. So I think that I wanted to mention that. And I did also want to bring up the women's roles in the Bible. Even though it seems to be patriarchate, they've taken out a lot of the women, but we still have their roles in the Bible as prominent people. We have women in the Bible who are deacons.
Yeah,
right.
Pedophilia is dealing with young children.
So I don't think that women are downplayed in the Bible. We could look at Reuben and how he protected his sister Dinah or Dina. Women are protected in the Bible because if you defile them, you have to marry them, right? So there's some honor to a woman in the Bible,
right?
And I just think you got that wrong, and I think that.
Ew, I'm embarrassed. Can we?
So I gave the example of how the slave master had the Bible in hand and justify Christianity, and how Martin Luther King used that same book to liberate us with. So I just want you maybe to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for adding all that.
Quick, and I'm gonna leave. Let me say real quick. Lots of daughters do not
brother, let Ausar respond. I'm not talking to you, Apostle. The question is for 7 Ausar, Apostle. Wait till your turn, brother.
I'm leaving. I'm just adding to that.
Brother, I don't want you to add, brother. I don't want you to add.
That's not messing with a child. So don't do that. They were grown and they did that to their father.
Brother, can 7 Ausar, brother? Can 7 respond? I'm not responding to Apostle, brother.
Well, don't respond.
Because now I want to reiterate it all over again.
No, I got you, brother. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
7, what do you have to say about that? There's no pedophilia that's in the Bible, really, and that's not. We think it's pedophilia, but it's really ancient times. So it's back then. It was not pedophilia. What do you say about that?
Yeah, it was King J.U., my brother, but that was one of the most egregious things I've ever heard you say on this platform. There is no, in 2026 today, even as a scholar, when you look at history, there is no contextual justification.
Right.
What was the marrying age for a child back then?
I let you speak.
I'm asking you. Let me just ask you that.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. I understand that there were men who justified doing it to women.
What was the marrying age for a child back then?
Brother, I let you speak and I didn't interrupt. So let me finish because you said a lot and I want to respond to it, right? There is no contextual historical justification for pedophilia, brother. There's no historical contextual justification for grape, right? And when you have men on here who try to justify these foul things for the fact of a historical historical context of where they were and how these men acted, and it was justifiable in their times, it was never justifiable. It was just forced. That was a forced law. That was a forced cultural aspect, but it never was justifiable, brother. You could never justify that. And when you talk about, see, you went into the book, right? That's going to be a mistake of a lot of people in here. They think I'm talking about the Bible, but I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about religious leaders who will use that book, who will use the religion to indoctrinate people so they can enslave them, oppress them. You look at women, Hebrew women, who can't preach the word of God, right? You look at Hebrew women who were great, and the grape was justified because an endowment was paid to them. And then some of these women were forced to marry their grapists, right? So we can't act like, oh, well, there was great things that women did in the Bible. When you ask women and they tell you about their oppression, when they tell you, see, we don't listen to women, right? We want to listen to what the man wrote in the book. That's part of the oppression of these leaders of these religions, right? Because I'll say this, and I'll only say this one more time, once again, and I won't say it again. There is wisdom in the book, but I'm not talking about the wisdom that brings the peace and the positivity, because the people that's trickled down, that's what they're here for. I'm talking about the leadership who spearheads war, conflict, slavery, oppression, pedophilia, and grape.
I'm still waiting on somebody to show me pedophilia in the Bible.
Okay, I'm gonna let the brothers Asar get in here. Thank you for joining Rebel Ra. Right on time after Asar, we'll let Rebel Ra get in here, and then after that, I'm gonna do an experiment and just back off and see how wild it gets. I need to see if I could just let y'all go crazy. After I let everybody say their thing, I'm just gonna hand the mic out for a minute and see what happens. Go ahead, Asar.
I'll watch y'all later.
Imhotep to the chat. You mind if I share my screen, Lepa?
Of course. Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yes,
you can. Of course. Go ahead.
Brother,
Let me get it.
For 2 seconds for you, bro.
I know.
So
Tell me. Okay. Yeah. Here it is.
We want to look at a couple things, right? My brother Kasai was talking. Deuteronomy 20:10. It says, instruct the Israelites to make an offer of peace when approaching a city to fight against it. If the city accepts and opens its gates, the people shall be subject to forced labor. If they refuse to make peace, they may engage in battle, and the city must be completely destroyed, except for women, children, and livestock and plunder. So we already starting off on that bad foot that our brother was trying to justify. No, we offer a branch. We show you love first, but it say women, children, and livestock and plunder. That's Deuteronomy 20:10. So don't let that be overlooked as if it don't go down. But the thing is, when it comes to draping people, men are usually the ones who are in danger in Israel. So now let's go over here. This is where we at? This is a Levite, Judges 19 and 21. Let's just drop down here. Let me show you the danger as a man you could be, because remember, they walked through Israel. He's like, yeah, let's go to Israel, him and his partner, and he had his concubine, and and they met a man in the square. We'll start here at 20. It says, you are welcome at my house, this old man said. Let me supply whatever you need. Only don't spend the night in the square. Why? So he took him into his house and fed his donkeys. After that, they had washed their feet. They had something to eat and drink. While they were enjoying themselves, some of the wicked men of the city surrounded the house. Pounding on the door, they shouted to the old man who owned the house, bring out the man who came to your house so we can have sex with him. The owner of the house went outside and said to them, no, my friends, don't be so vile. Since this man is my guest, don't do this outrageous thing. Look, here is my virgin daughter and his concubine. I will bring them out to you now, and you can use them and do to them whatever you wish. But as for this man, don't do such an outrageous thing. But the men would not listen to him. So the man took his concubine and sent her outside to them, and they draped her. and abused her throughout the night. And at dawn, they let her go. At daybreak, what happened to her at daybreak? She went back to the house where her master was staying, fell down at the door, and lay there until day. She died.
God damn.
After she died, they cut her up into 12 pieces and sent each piece to one of these houses of Israel, so that the people from the house of Israel, oh man, you already in Israel. This shouldn't be happening. But it happened. But you saying it don't happen. But here go your verse right here. And we ain't got to use this term. So we can't lie. Certain things happen in olden times.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to war, we go to books like this when we talk about slavery, right? Everybody had it. But what we get from Iambiculus of the Greeks, he said there was no more peaceful time than when the pagans was at rule. So let's be clear there. And then let's go a little further. Because look, what are we seeing? Christian slavery in Northern Africa, homie. Barbary, the Carthaginians, the Romans, the Vandals, Northern Africa annexed to the Greek Empire, conquered by the Saracens. The Spanish Moors pass over to Africa. They plunder coast of, come on, man. Don't be trying to wipe stuff up the rug and sweep it and try to act like it ain't a big, like, yo, that's a big rug, right? What you got under there? All right? All right.
He passed the body like his name was John Stockton. Come on, my brother.
Let's get over here to we have to get around, and then remember, after I get Rebel Rot and God Energy, thank you for joining. I'm just gonna step back for like I'm gonna give it like 3 minutes and see what happens. Okay, Rebel Rot, thank you for joining. What would you like to add? You've been listening in. What do you think about the brother's presentation? You have smoke for him?
Not really smoke. Greetings to the people, everybody on the panel. Now, don't know one love, blessed every time. Kassad, I see you.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm humble and the whole youth, you know. And the youth, they just buy me right there. Ausar car and 7 Ausar giving his presentation.
God Energy is the brother's name.
God Energy. Yeah, man, that youth, they upful, you know. But Ausar, you on the point, because technically me, growing up, I grew up as a Catholic. Well, I grew up under my granny. So I was like, you know, it's like it automatically slotted me in that religion. So I see all the idolatry and all of that stuff within the church and the segregation where, you know, the people that pay more money to the church get to sit on in a different queue from the other poor people, so speaking. But when we talking to King J, we saying to the mentality where if you going like, if we take history from the point that it's in that time and space of time, so we as the modern mindset should not what I would say put our thinking onto theirs.
Exactly.
I would say that would be confusing because check out for slavery, for example, and them go right in the Bible, you know, master and slave obey each other and be nice to each other and all that blah blah. And it was unethical how they treated those people. So we can find out why they did what they did and whatever it is. But in this day and age, we know that kind of slavery, that chattel slavery, in that time, in this time, even in the Greeks and Roman time, it wasn't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was people dominating people. The Roman Catholic Church uses the nuns and the priests. Most of the priests, they get some of the nuns pregnant. And then some of the nuns, you need to look up into that kind of thing where the nuns have to have abortion and so forth. You know what I'm saying to you? So that's a dark part of the religion that I don't hear being mentioned. The priest also commit pedophilia, and what they do, they take them from one jurisdiction. Let's say he commits something in the Caribbean or whatever it is, they take him out from there and send him to somewhere else. So these things happening every day. They're documented. They have documentaries on them. So religion, the Jews, Muslim, all these people have enslaved us as a melanated people and tried to subject us in the name of their God, whatever their God might be. And history put it that way. We all know what we're talking about. So 7 Ausar, I with you on this one. I ain't giving in a fire. So you're on a high level with that one. Give thanks and praise. Bless.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Rebel Rod. Let's get to God energy now.
Peace,
And
peace.
soon come the chaos and the smoke,
Peace,
the bomb.
peace.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it was a good presentation. I'm with the brother 7 Ausar on this one and the influence that the Abrahamic traditions had. We know Christianity was spread with war and everything like that, but I also want to bring up how the Idumeans during the Maccabean period, these were people that were forcefully converted to Hebraism, to Judaism, and it was during the Maccabean period. So you do even see, those of the Jewish or Hebraic persuasion practicing forced conversion. Not only that, you could reference Sahih Bukhari, right? Who's talking about the Islamic period. And Sahih Bukhari states how the Prophet sent his men down to Dul Khalas in the south, which is the white Kaaba, right? Because in Mecca you have the black Kaaba, but in Dul Khalas there was the white Kaaba. And Sahih Bukhari states that the Prophet sent his men down to Dul Khalas to forcefully convert the keepers of the white Kaaba. They refused and were killed. So even in Sahih Bukhari, you have cited the forceful conversion of other Arab peoples and even the killing when that conversion was denied. So throughout Christianity, throughout Hebraism, throughout Islam, forceful conversion and militaristic spread has always been a part of the conversation.
Damn!
Queen Nepal, we ain't got enough Hebrews in here, do we?
Hey,
We're gonna let Ausar MK come in. He's got his finger up. He's gonna spark it off. I'm really serious. I'm gonna sit back in 3 minutes. No screen sharing. I just want to see if you guys can I want to see who walks out of the plumes of smoke at the end of these 3 minutes. Ausar, start it off, and then everybody just do what they want. Say what you need to do. Just have respect for each other. Go ahead, Ausar.
No, I just was pointing out to the brother, like you right there. There's a lot of stuff we could delve into, I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to see where they go right now.
Nah, man, don't be nice. Give them that smoke.
Ausar, can I bring up child sacrifice in Molech?
Yeah, we get
and let's talk about how that during this time period would be something, but during that time period, it was something, a practice that was. So Abraham sacrificing Isaac, right? Well, his son.
Hold up, right before.
How many would do that? Go ahead.
I'm just going to throw this in the air. So Charles V releases 20,000 Christians from slavery and carries off 10,000. Mohammedans to be reduced to slavery in Spain. The Moors retaliate by seizing 6,000 Minakrans for slaves. This is the type of the Algerians extend their depredations into English Channel. You know what depredations are?
Sounds like expansion and what's required to expand.
Exactly.
And you see, and thank you for the contributions, brothers, because what you guys all are doing, a masterful job, is proving my point on how these religions are oppressing, enslaving.
Well, Ausar, is it the script? Is it the script or the people that's doing it?
The people are using the script, brother. They're using the script. Think about it. Think about it. How does leadership get in power, right? Either forcefully or elected.
Or born into it. You can be born into it.
But most people that are born into it, or they got their parents or their parents before them got that power by force, right?
Not necessarily. Because when we look
when it
at
comes to Abrahamic religions, they forcefully converted.
Yeah.
These brothers are outlining extensive history that I've already outlined earlier.
Right. So
So
let's
there's
give
no. So when you can't separate the men from the religion because they're using the religion, brother. You can't separate the two.
they're misusing their religion, right? So Islam means peace. Does Islam mean peace?
Islam. Well, peace.
But yet Islam is
So if they're not
enslaving
using it
and
if they're not
warring.
using it in a peaceful way, then they're misusing it.
No, because
Now-
jihad is the
So let me just say something.
Can I also point out Numbers 31 though?
Let me just say something right quick. So 7 Ausar, you said you asked me to find out any information on the Hindus or the Vedas, et cetera, et cetera. And
No,
according to-
I asked you to find me if the Vedas and them
hold
were at religious wars at a
They're not-
longer period than the
Already-
Abrahamic religions. Let's get it straight, because I don't want you to do any flim flamming.
records going past 1500 BC with accurate data on death tolls, et cetera, et cetera. But if we're looking at the scriptures, right? If we're looking at what the actual texts say from these people, when it comes to the Hindus, there's some interpretations of the Mahabharata war that says that the death toll was like 1.6 billion.
Is there any scholarly account of that number being accurate?
1.6 billion. Bro.
Is there any scholarly account of that? Is there any scholarly account of that number being accurate, brother?
And on top of that, so listen, on top of that, I told you it's not historical. It's not. They don't.
Then why are you bringing it up? We're not talking about text. We're talking about history here.
Right? I'm prefacing for you. Right? Even before I brought up the number, I prefaced and said, going back beyond 1500 BC, AD, I mean, you're not going to find accurate death tolls for any wars. But I'm telling you that if we look at the scripts, the actual written text from these people, the Hindus, in one of their texts, some of the interpretations of the text says that the death toll was 1.6 billion. All right. Now on top of that, I gave you percentages, right?
I read a comic book, and there was this guy who came in a ship as a baby, and he grew up, and he started flying around the world, and he was faster than a speeding bullet.
So hold on, you talking about comic books? I'm not talking about.
Yeah, because what you're talking about is not history, just like what I'm talking about, brother. I'm talking about. We only talking about history here, not stories and text, right? And you can't conflate the two. I won't allow it. I won't allow you to conflate the two. That argument that you're presenting is a failing one, and you should give it up because it's not contextual with the topic. It's not contextual with the topic, and you're trying to run over here to the corner when we right here in the middle of the ring, bro. We in the middle of the ring.
Nobody's right. Now,
got it.
That's what he doing. That's what he doing, Seven.
Hey, look, you said
y'all don't want that smoke.
Time
That's
out.
what it is. You don't want to stand in the ring.
Am I lying? It doesn't matter.
We bring the smoke.
You don't
on
want
the
to
smoke
stand
set.
in the ring if they do. You don't want to stand in the ring if they do.
6%. So 6% of the wars are caused by Abrahamic faiths, right? That means 94% of the wars that are not caused by Abrahamic faith, right?
Name me another religion that has more wars than the Abrahamic faith.
I'll ask you a question.
That's a failing argument you're saying right now. You haven't answered this question. Name me a religion that's had more wars than the Abrahamic ones.
Don't run, Murife.
No, you're running. You've been running from that question since I've asked it earlier.
Ask you something. Would you rather be part of the religious group that's only responsible for 6%, or would you be part of the non-religious group that's responsible for 94%?
We're talking about religions and warfare.
What?
But you don't want to talk about religion.
So these religions.
Hey, can we talk about Numbers 31?
You can't name me a religion, brother, that's had more wars and conflict than the Abrahamic ones, and you keep talking around it. If you can, give it to me now. Let's see if you do it now. Name me a religion that's had more wars than the Abrahamic ones. Go ahead.
You can't.
My brother MK.
Seven. You can't.
Anybody else answer that?
He too.
Would you rather be part of the 6% or the 94%?
Well, let's not
Why would anybody answer that question that has nothing to do with what we're talking about?
Yeah, let our other brother hop in, and then Kassad hop in right after him because he's going to say something about the Bible.
Go ahead, brother.
No, they've been going in, jumping in whenever they want to. I'm jumping in now. I've been waiting too long. I'm not gonna
Well, I'm sure you don't want to miss what he's
No.
saying. He's about to go in on Numbers 31. He's just gonna read it real quick.
Asar Ka, you not slick. You went to the same scripture I went to and trying to twist it as if I didn't say that. Of course, we know
You didn't say that.
You didn't say that. No, he's right. You didn't say that.
Said Asar Ka. So I didn't say we first offered them peace. Then they become hold on.
You didn't read the whole thing, though.
You didn't read the whole thing, brother. You didn't say everything he said.
Stop.
You stopped.
I said they become our subjects. If you look at the word, it literally means a levy, a tribute, right? I literally said that. I said if they reject that, then we get down on them. That's literally what I said. I said literally, I didn't.
You left out the part where you left out was the part where he said, even if you accept this peace, you will be oppressed.
You kept it right now because he's telling the truth.
You accept the peace, you will still be oppressed.
That was a knockout blow. That was a knockout blow. Yeah, that was a knockout.
I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
We about to smoke today.
Now,
Definitely got knocked out on that one, because
what's a tributary?
Now, can you deal with Numbers 31?
No, you just
you said there was no pedophilia in
What's a
the Bible.
tributary?
Can you deal with number 31?
What's a tributary?
Let me answer his question, then we'll go to Numbers.
No,
31.
you not Asar Ka. You not gonna answer it because he jumped in.
Oh, you don't. Oh, let him. That's why I told you let him go first, so you can get in.
So
what is a tributary?
So since
Read
there's
up- hold
no,
up, let me read
listen,
Numbers
I
31
just dealt
and
with what you just dealt with.
What is a tributary?
Someone who gives tribute, a tribute. We know what a tributary is.
Okay, I read the verse literally where it says they become your tributaries.
That means you put them in subjection. That means they're in subjection.
No one hid that. What are you
That
talking
means
about? What are you
So you agreed with the brother.
What are you talking about? No one hid
So you cut your own head off.
Let me finish.
Facade, just stop talking, brother.
Let me finish.
Yeah, it's a failing argument, brother.
No, because you don't even understand the point.
So now,
you
can we get back to Numbers 31 since there's no pedophilia in the Bible?
You don't want the point.
Can you tell me what the word young girl in Hebrew is?
The point is, Israel has a law that we have to offer peace unto somebody before we just come and conquer them. Where is that at in ancient Egypt?
And even when they take the peace, they
where
still
is that in ancient Egypt?
Ancient Egypt keeps it very simple concerning their laws. We tell you, give us tribute. We want this particular.
I want it in writing. I want to see the
Hey,
document.
you can worship. You can work with whatever God you want. Just pay us.
If I may,
I want
there
the
is
document.
no expansion. Hold on one second.
I want the
there is expansion.
That deals with religious imperial. All of their expansions come from strategic, economic, and cultural
force.
Right?
Yes.
That's how they expanded. They didn't go around pushing their gods on other people. That's not what they did.
What's up?
You know I got them too, but
that's not what they did.
No,
now, can we get back to number 31 since there's no pedophilia in the Bible?
Pull up number 31.
I want peace. I want problems always.
Can we get back to Numbers 31?
Easy man, pull up number 31.
Yeah, read the Numbers 31.
Can we get to Numbers 31?
Easy bands, pull up number 31, brother.
So you don't have the source.
We're gonna get to the source. We're gonna get to it.
No, we're not gonna get to it. We're gonna pull it up.
Go ahead, Easy. We waiting on you, brother.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up.
What's the source?
Numbers 31.
Go ahead, read Numbers 31 real quick.
No, we pulling up that source for ancient Egypt. That's what we doing.
Ancient Egypt, we'll get to that too.
No, I know we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it.
You want it fricassee fried or how you want it?
You don't want smoke. Pull the source.
Can you read? Can you read it?
Once you admit to the point, then we can move on.
Number 31, Easy.
Yeah, hold on.
Read the source.
Yeah, let's go Numbers 31.
They don't have a source. This is not what I'm talking about.
Numbers 31, right?
We got plenty of sources.
Y'all want me to start at verse 1?
I just want the source.
Go ahead.
Numbers 31.
Exactly.
Numbers 31, verse 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it says, and the Lord, you guys want me to share the screen?
No, you got
yes.
The Lord said to Moses, take vengeance on the Midianites for the Israelites. After that, you will be gathered to your people. So Moses told the people, arm some of your men for war, and they may go, so that they may go against the Midianites and execute the Lord's vengeance on them. Send in battle 1,000 men from each tribe of Israel. So 1,000 men were recruited from each tribe of Israel, 12,000 armed for war, and Moses sent the 1,000 from each tribe into battle.
Whoa! Now you skip.
Were
supplied from the clans of Israel.
Yes.
Moses sent them into battle, 1,000 from each tribe, along with the Phineas son, Eleazar, the priest.
He didn't read that.
No, he didn't say that part.
I said 1,000 men were recruited from each tribe of Israel.
They fought against Midian as the Lord commanded Moses and killed every man.
Okay. What verse are you reading, Easy?
That's the same one.
Okay.
Among their victims were Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. They also killed Balaam, son of Beor, with the sword. The Israelites captured Midianite women and children.
This is expansion.
Midianite herds, flocks, and goods as plunder. They burned all towns where the Midianites had settled.
And this is expansion.
Who told them to do this?
Who told them to do this? You see how they just skipped the whole point? Now you see how they just skipped the whole point? They did not say take your revenge.
They took all the plunder.
Did it not say take your revenge?
What happened to the peace?
Did it not say take your revenge?
What happened to the peace?
Revenge.
Ain't no peace. God sent them into the land of Canaan to conquer everybody in Canaan.
What does
it says, and the Lord said to Moses, take vengeance. Okay?
That mean ain't no peace offering.
Take vengeance.
Ain't no peace.
No, that means
today.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
That means that God is enacting divine judgment on the media.
We won't smoke today.
That's
right. They getting cut up.
That's what that is. So this point is mute.
What is cut? What, you didn't cut nothing.
Exactly.
The man ran in there, not peaceful. He ran in there.
And who commanded this? Who commanded this?
God,
the Lord commanded this.
It's a damn shame.
Where the righteousness at?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Where is the cut?
Let's move on.
Are you guys saying that? Are you guys saying
but look at none of them can deny the fact that these religions are doing these things, right? They can try to justify little bits and pieces, but they cannot deny that the Abrahamic religions are majority out of all of the religions. They create and foster war, conflict, oppression, right? Slavery. And you haven't, and whoever's saying I'm tapped, haven't shown any evidence or sources to disprove it.
Brother, I just did.
You did not. You did not, brother.
You niggas is terrible. Please.
It's ridiculous.
Hold on.
You see how religion don't even allow you to acknowledge truth? A brother Ausar and Ka correct you many times. We were here for it in live action to see the correction, but yet you sit here in your belief and your blinded eyes and refuse to acknowledge it because you want to hold on to your biblical narrative. But the facts have cut you up. You got scars right now. You need a Band-Aid. You need some Band-Aids.
The fuck up.
That's all I know.
I saw MK.
Tell me what he corrected right now. He went to the same scripture I read and literally said the same thing I said. And then
you didn't read the whole
continue
scripture.
To read where you stopped. He continued to read where you stopped, brother. And we all was here to see it.
So once again, he went to the same scripture I read. And then
now you're looking like Trump. Acting like we didn't see something that you just said. It's just that was just said. It's just ridiculous.
Scripture. He went to a scripture where it said wicked men. So we're going to ignore wicked men. Okay. Third, then you went to a scripture where it says take the vengeance. Right? All you had to do is read the scriptures. Why you didn't read what Midian did to Israel first? Why you didn't read that part? Same thing we can do with Seir. When y'all can say, oh, they told y'all go kill the Amalekites. Why you didn't read what the Amalekites did to the Israelites before you get to that part? You niggas is weak. Now address Egypt, talking about their God gave them permission to go destroy and conquer and expand.
But you can't show us no dates or time. You can't show us no dates and times when they did that. Is give here and give us a narrative on a text you read.
Let's go
so to the give us no dates and times.
Was that him expanding and conquering people on the Karnak temple?
What? Karnak?
Okay.
What?
But
what?
Oh,
Ramesses,
look at God energy. Look at God energy.
Ramesses. Look,
God energy.
Ramesses, Tutmos, Senwar Set the first, Senwar Set the third. The Egyptians.
Conquering, expanding on in the Karnak.
They don't stay
Hold
over there.
on, yo, Kassad, hold on. Let me help you out, Kassad, because you got figures. You got figures like Tutmos the third. You
Don't
got
do it, God
figures like
energy.
Ramesses the second. You got figures like Senwar Set the first, Senwar Set the third. All of these pharaohs were great conquerors, great warriors, led military campaigns because Africans have military prowess. Black people and Africans are not just some humble, peaceful people that don't have any type of military might. It was the Medjay, the Nubian archers that were known as the best archers on the planet, known as eye smiters. So the African has always had military prowess. Kemet is not trying to be holier than thou. Hold on real quick. Kemet is not holier than thou. We're not talking the Bible, about war, though. the Abrahamic But we're not tradition talking is about on just trial. war. We were talking about the religious Abrahamic war.
tradition.
And they didn't have religion back then. What they were practicing wasn't what we call religion right now. And they weren't practicing it in a way.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
It doesn't matter.
Am I lying? It do matter! It does matter! It does matter!
We want the smoke.
That's right. Now you want to talk about
Can I just land with this? Let me just land with this because this is what I wanted to say. Hold on real quick. Look, the child sacrifice, we could talk about the child sacrifice as well because in Exodus 13 and in Exodus 34, the God of the Bible is calling for child sacrifice, the first offspring of every womb. So y'all also got to deal with God calling for child sacrifice in Exodus 13 and 34.
It's part of the culture. That's part of the culture at the time. We talked about Abraham. We talked about Molech already.
That's not justification.
So then my thing is this. If it's a part of the culture at the time, how do y'all get the right to go around and call other people cultures evil?
Exodus, all you have
Exactly, humble. That's my point. So Ausar said this. We can't use our definition of the word God.
The lamb is in place of the child. The child is not killed. All you have to do is go and read the text. I promise you this. All you have to go do. The lamb is killed in place of the child. It literally tells you that. Now, back to
I'll take your word for it.
But we still have Molech.
You, Seven Ausar. We're not going to move the point every time niggas.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you, sir? You don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, because
you got cut, and now niggas is trying to move the goalposts.
Yeah, because
we literally have documentation. We talk about history. Egypt's history is covered in documents of them going to war. The Karnak Temple, as the brother just mentioned,
but it's not based off of gods. Not based off of gods.
See, that's why you need band-aids. That's why you need band-aids.
It's not based on God.
I pulled up the inscriptions.
Kasai, you foaming at the mouth, brother. You foaming. Kasai, you foaming.
Damn!
King J, wasn't the Pharaoh?
Kasai, you foaming at the mouth, brother. Kasai, you're foaming at the mouth.
You cap and you trying to reinterpret history to fit this narrative. It's not working for you, though, brother. It's not working for you. And got bandages and gauze over here for you.
Wasn't the Pharaoh considered God?
We just need
Wasn't the Pharaoh considered God in ancient Kemet?
They wasn't going into those wars screaming in the name of Ma'at every time they went into war, brother. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. They wasn't going into war saying that this is in the name of our God, and you're gonna acquiesce to us. It was in the name of Kemet. It was for Kemet. It was for the king. But they wasn't doing it. No matter what you pull up for Kemet, brother, you still can't defeat what these Abrahamic religions have done. They undefeated, brother. They TK.
Ew, I'm embarrassed. Can we?
technical knockout those religions. TKO, son.
Hold on, 7 Asar.
Wasn't the Pharaoh considered God on
Easy
earth?
bang.
I'm enjoying this.
Hold on. Easy bang.
Answer my question.
No, in the Western sense, the Pharaoh was not considered God.
No, not in the Western sense. To the ancient commissions, wasn't the Pharaoh considered God?
No, everybody was a Netzarut,
bro.
Everybody was supposed to.
You misrepresenting the you
now you making up
misrepresenting the
stuff,
text.
humble. No, humble.
No, humble, right? Everything was a nutshell.
What?
No.
And let the Pharaoh speak.
No.
Bro, I'm saying, wasn't the Pharaoh considered God on earth, bro?
Let's get these sources.
Was the Pharaoh considered the divine being?
The son of
Yeah.
God.
In the old kingdom, it depended on the time period.
You said yes, right? You just said yes,
his
right?
title is
not a
Hold
God.
on, bro, listen.
Let me finish. Listen, so you can
dealing
hear.
with my
Listen,
eyes,
so you
right?
can hear the
They're
answer.
dealing with
Listen, so you can hear the answer.
Let us start answer real quick. We're trying to hear.
You asked the question.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
See, you want to talk over the answer, but the title
Y'all been
is.
talking over the answer all night.
Listen, the title is Sa-Ra, son of Ra. He's appointed and anointed to be the son of Ra on earth. That's why the title is Sa-Ra, son of Ra. And if it was a female, she would be what?
Set.
Yes, the daughter
You
of
also
Ra.
deal with the Nisubiti?
That's why they called him the little Netcha. Netcha. This is where your confusion is at. So everything is Netcha because it's part of nature.
Right. Come on now.
Was the Pharaoh? Sorry. So was the Pharaoh considered God on earth?
He's considered son of Ra.
So was he considered God on earth? At God on earth?
He just explained it to you, brother.
Brother, just let him answer. Let him answer.
Okay.
How many times you got to answer?
Hey, why y'all let Ausar speak loud and clear? Let him read what he
There
wants to read.
is
Because he making sense.
Because
it start making sense.
Because I'm not gonna cut you
out of here. You niggas is dumb, bro. You niggas is
Word, bro.
See, that's what cut. When you get cut.
Our God put
He got some internal bleeding going on in there. You see that? Hey, over here crying.
Can I ask the brethren the easy bands? Easy bands. Is the Pope the blessed? Is the Pope the vicar of God?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Do we wear the same hat as the
I mean, he got the title, but is he the connect to God? Like literally, we're not going off of what they say. Is he the guy you gotta get through to get to God? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The Pharaoh showing you on the earth is through the nature and through the nature and through the power. They were the ones so-called divine, the divineness of man through nature. You know what I'm saying? But you taking it on a Western God mindset of
Exactly.
So
that's why you got to contextualize history. You got to contextualize.
There's a difference between the Pope. There's a difference between the Pope and the Pharaoh. All right, a Pharaoh was actually believed to be divine, bro.
It's the title. It's the
title.
title.
Pope is the same.
Pope's divine.
The concepts are the same, brother.
The Pope is divine.
Actually believed to be divine. A Pope is not believed to be divine. He's a representative.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I actually thought it was obvious, given that the anointing of the Pharaoh, anointing with scented unguents and oils being the Messiah. I thought it was obvious that the Messiah was the analogy to that, closer than the Pope would be. That the Pharaoh, being the Messiah, the anointed with scented oils and unguents, was the same as the Messiah, which is where that word comes from, allegedly through the etymology. So I thought the closest analogy to the Pharaoh would have been the God King, Jesus himself, after the God King Pharaoh. It's the same system. It's the same system.
You made that up, God.
God on earth.
You made that up, brother.
The Pope is not considered divine in the traditional sense. He is seen as the vicar of Christ, representing.
Hold on, two people can't speak at one time.
about that.
Hold on.
He's foaming at the mouth on a rampage. Calm down, brother.
If you're not going
Calm
to attack
down,
the first
Kasai.
brother, you ain't got to keep saying the same thing over and over. We heard.
No, y'all don't want the smoke.
Nigga foaming.
Yeah, he tripping. He is seen as the vicar.
Let's talk about
of
the
Christ.
Egyptians raping people,
Brother.
sticking phalluses
He
in
is
hands.
brother.
No, we get in where we fit in. That's how
Yeah,
y'all.
but you're not fitting right now. You like.
Kasai, this is the Royal Rumble. You the first one throwing out, brother.
Hotel talking about he great.
We
people.
not
Let's
done
talk
yet.
about that. What about
He
that
is
part?
seen
breaking
as
him.
What about Amen Hotel talking
Let me
about
say
great
it
people?
again. He
What
is
about that?
seen
No,
as
we're
the
not going to
vicar
move
of
on.
Let the brother talk, Kasai.
Y'all raping and raping. Like
he is seen as the vicar of Christ, representing God on earth.
And the
Catholics
Pharaoh is
believe
seen as
that
God
while
on
the
earth,
Pope has a
representing their God,
significant
and they
role
rape.
in leading in church,
Let's talk
he is
about it.
still human and
Let's
can make
talk about the
mistakes.
Egyptians
The
going
concept
on military
of papal
campaigns and
infallibility suggests
collecting
that the
palaces,
Pope is
hands, and
protected
raping
from
people.
error
We
when
have
he
Amen
speaks
Hotep
on matters of
II
faith
have
and
an
morals.
inscription where he says, I am the
The Pope
violator
is
of the
considered
Babylonians,
God
with
on
the
earth.
Biblian maid, the little girl
I
of
don't want
Babylon,
peace.
the old.
I want problems always.
I want the
Kasai look
smoke.
possessed.
I want the smoke.
Damn, brother.
I want the smoke.
Damn.
Let's talk about.
Do not debate me first. You're gonna be in your
Let's
feelings
talk
for the
about
rest
the
of your life.
Egyptians going on military campaigns, raping people. Let's talk about that. Why we got Amen Hotep in the description talking about he's a violator of people. Let's talk about that. Right? We have it right here. We have it right here. I'm the violator
Una said,
of
take
the
your girl.
Babylonian movement. The
Una said,
Biblian
take your
maid, the
girl.
little girl
Una
of
said, I'm the
Babylon.
great
Why is he
Sobek
raping the
going
little
from
girl?
shore to shore,
Why
taking
is
your
Amen
women.
Hotep? Why is Amen
Why you
Hotep
tripping?
second raping a girl, bro?
No.
So they were worse than Kemet than these Abrahamic religions, right? That's your argument, huh, Kasai? You trying to justify what these Abrahamic religions are doing because Kemet was worse, right?
Ain't no.
That's what you're trying to do. Now you're doing a whole tirade,
We're
right?
going to talk about the facts. You're trying to put that on the Abrahamic faith as if it's a monopoly. No, we're going to be
It is
honest.
a monopoly.
No, it's not.
It is a
I have
monopoly.
documents.
You haven't presented any facts to counter that monopoly. What you're going into is a rabid tirade about text.
Amen Hotep II.
That's what you're doing right now.
Little girl of
You're going on a rabid tirade, and you can't articulate the history, so you just talk over everybody.
Why is the Egyptians depicting themselves beating on people because their God said?
Because they hard-headed and that's
Kasai is right.
Now your argument is mute.
Let's talk about it.
Nobody's really retaining anything you're saying now, Kasai.
Not at this point.
But yeah, to the brother's point though, right? That vicar of is even passed down from the pagan roots, right? We know the Flavians were known as the vicar of Serapis. So we could reference Joseph Atwell and Dr. Clyde Walter Williams on this aspect of the Flavians being known as the vicar of Serapis, right? Because the Roman imperial cult is where you get a lot of the cultic practice for Christianity. So the same way that the Flavian priest was the vicar of Serapis, once Serapeum, the Serapian complex, the ISIS cult, these things got co-opted into Christianity. The term vicar of Serapis became the vicar of Christ. The Pontiff ex Maximus is the same term.
Oh, not the Rapids.
He got about
Because once we got a hold
Hold
of
on, let me read something. We gonna talk about Kemet. Let me read something.
Now I'm gonna back up.
It say, hold on, Kazan. Hold on, Kazan. Let me read
Kasai
it.
is in his feelings right
You
now.
wanna
Kazan, stop
talk about Kemet,
talking.
let me read it. There is no historical evidence that Amenhotep, the first,
I
second,
got the
third, or
description right
fourth
here.
Akhenaten ever groped or abducted a young woman.
Ancient
Ancient Cometians simply did not operate like that in the Near East or Abrahamic society.
You're lying. I have the text.
There it
You're
is.
lying. I
Egyptian
have
kings
the text.
did not
You're
practice
lying.
bride
I have the
capture
text.
or forced
It
sex
says
takings,
he literally
unlike the
called himself a
Assyrians,
violator
the
of the
Babylonians,
woman. You're
Israel,
lying.
Hittites,
You're
and
lying.
early Arab
You're
conquerors.
lying. I
Get
have
out
the
of here
text.
with that.
Kasai.
Enemies as people who eat grapes. It says right here, I am the.
Oh, I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get. Yes.
Take that.
Now
Take
I
that.
challenge you,
Nigga,
Kazai,
nigga,
to
stop
bring me.
lying.
I
Nigga, stop
challenge you,
lying.
Kazai, to bring me that Amenhotep ever raped a young woman. Bring that information.
Bring it in the text.
Bring that
too.
information.
Need a
Nigga,
text
stop lying. That's
homeboy,
from
or
the
a
text.
body.
Violator of the
Text or
Babylonian
homeboy.
woman, the Oblivion maid, the little girl of Akala, and the
We
old.
need the text, not
That's
somebody.
Babylon.
What's the primary?
That's Babylon.
That's the text. That is
But what
the
you trying to put
Nah,
Babylon on Kemet? But what you trying to
Hold
say?
on,
What
You said Babylon?
Let me ask you guys about rape and ancient
Egyptian
Kemet.
said he
Yo,
did that
Kasai,
to them. What are you talking
Kasai,
about?
1 second, brother. Let me ask them about rape and ancient Kemet. Rape, all right? Did they have the concept of rape like we do have today with modern laws? Did they have laws against
I'm pretty sure they did. That's a human condition. That's not limited to just religion, right? But was it was it fostered? But was rape fostered through ma'at?
Again,
Did they use ma'at to justify rape? Right?
No.
Because that's what we're talking about here. They didn't use ma'at to justify rape, right?
They did not have laws like we
So
do
it
have
says right
today.
here,
So
sexual
you're
violence
So
in ancient
let's stay on topic and not try to create red herring arguments.
It was not normalized.
Raping people, going and conquering people. Stop effing lying to the people.
It was not normalized. No, it was
Stop
not.
effing lying to
Show
the
us.
people.
Don't make a claim about it. Show it.
Kasai talking, but he can't show us any recorded history of that happening in abundance.
The House of Consciousness,
get in the
and the trailblazing work by the
Kasai,
one
wipe
and
your
only
mouth, brother.
Sonetta.
There you go.
And I told Sonetta, because we your babies, Sonetta, because we your goddamn babies, we gonna be successful.
But yeah, nah,
bro.
ma'at was not never used as in war as a reason to justify war. Not at all.
We want the smoke today.
About it though.
We want that smoke today.
So look at.
Oh, we didn't smoke you already. You got holes in your shirt, and it's smoke coming out because you ain't proved nothing.
I didn't.
And you definitely didn't disprove that the Abrahamic faith has had the most wars and the conflict here.
Seven, what you smoking
All you
on?
doing is talking over people. That's all you doing.
Seven, what you smoking on?
You got Pharaoh's.
I ain't smoking on nuts right now.
Kasai. That Kasai
All I'm
pill?
smoking, who I'm smoking is Kasai.
Why would your own person tell you that y'all did do the shit? Make it make sense.
So what happened in most
You know
cases?
what happened? Nothing. Why is he coming here to tell y'all and confirm it that y'all did it? Why?
So what happened in a lot
Ain't
of
no-
the
don't
cases?
try to
You
explain
know what we got to
nothing.
do is go to the
Why
Armanian letters.
why
You go to the Armanian letters. They be like,
hold on.
"We
So-
sent you a female."
Yo, shout the season, man. Tell them about the season.
Look at you, just want you to blame it. Nigga, we gotta get.
So I saw 7. So you basically lied when I talked about the rape thing, right? Because in ancient Egypt, they did. Hold on, they did not have the concept of rape the way we do with laws against it today. They didn't have that. So again, you
That's
lied.
not what I said. I said that there was great going on. I said there was great going on because that's a human thing. But they weren't justifying grape through ma'at. That's my argument, brother, and you can't prove it.
Clarify it again. I can.
Okay,
I can.
Oh, you can prove that they were justifying grape through ma'at. Show it.
Hold on.
Can y'all hear me at all?
Yeah,
we can.
Okay, I just want to say something. This is really great. I for the most part, it's wonderful. I just want to say, Kasad, even when everybody's great. I thought I might just hang back a little bit longer than 3 minutes because it was great dynamic. However, Kasad, you gotta let people. We can't even hear you. So
You know what I'm saying, brother? Kind of try to take it back, dial it back a little bit, but I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna be in the background again and listen. But Kassad, take a minute and don't just be yelling because we can't even hear you. We can't even hear your point. All right, so 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and let everybody close out because I want to see. I'm waiting to see who's gonna be left. I'm really just hoping that somebody ends up just getting carried out of here on the stretcher. That's what I'm waiting for. Not literally, not literally.
Hey, your boy over here limping though. Your boy needs some bandages.
Really came up here and tried to speak on what I was speaking about, and they gave him the floor, and he said exactly what I was saying.
Okay,
Kassad, you didn't read the whole scripture, brother.
All right, I'm heading out. All right, let's see. Okay, everybody hit the like button, and yeah, 5 more minutes, and then we'll close out.
Napar, can
Thumb up the video.
So, hey, Kassad, would you like to debate? Would you like to debate if sexual violence in ancient Kemet was normalized or not?
I'm not gonna let you talk.
There's a debate right on the spot, right there, money.
Would you
like to debate? I don't want no smoke.
Let me talk or not?
He don't want that smoke.
You gonna let me talk or not?
No, Kassad, hold on. Kassad, you can't be not letting him talk. That means that you don't want to hear him, and it kind of is like a sign of like
weakness.
Yes, but he was asking you a question, brother.
How you gonna interrupt somebody talking?
Kassad, listen to what he's asking you, brother.
I'm talking. You're gonna stop me from talking to ask me a question.
For a long
everybody
time,
else gets the floor.
Okay, wait, everybody, hold on. And let me just do this. Kassad, Easy Bands is sharing something. He wants to talk. He aligns with you. But if you want to say something before everybody else goes, I'm going to stay up here, let you finish talking give you 30 seconds, and then I'm going to remove myself. And then you got to just be, a little bit more conscious about other people. It's a smoke, but it's a smoke session. I love it, but it's not a screaming match. We can't hear.
Right.
But go ahead. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Back after the statement, right?
Got it.
Nicely to get in and respond to people. Everyone kept talking over everybody, acting like I was only like okay, get in when you fit in. So I'm gonna fit in when I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna fit in when I can. If I gotta yell,
that's great. That's great. You're doing fine. But what did you want to say for 30? You have the mic.
For me to be able to get my in, I'm going to do that. You're not just gonna overtalk.
Go ahead. What do you want to say?
I'm done. I'm closed down. God Energy came in, interrupted me to support what I was saying. Everybody stopped talking, let him complete his entire talk. See that shit? No interruption. Everyone else got to talk.
Go ahead, you get 30 seconds, no interruptions. Go ahead, Kassad.
I'm done. That was my last point. Everyone
well, you could say more, but let's say an Easy Bands wants to go. I just needed you to let Humble was at
and they did that goofy shit. So I'm done. Y'all don't want.
All right.
Yo.
Okay.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
We bringing the smoke today.
So I have a source. I have
Got
a
it.
source.
Here's your source. Yeah.
He mad.
Source that I want to read for you guys. In regards to what we were just talking about, grape, etc. And Kassad, man, keep doing your thing. They scared, man. They running. They keep trying to interrupt you, etc. All right, but you on point. But anyway, so this is what the paper says: it's violence in the ancient and medieval worlds. All right, this is from academia. So it's a paper from 2018, and the abstract says this paper examines the multifaceted nature of violence in ancient Egypt, challenging the notion of this civilization as a relatively peaceful compared to its contemporaries. It explores various forms of violence, including physical punishment, ritual violence performed by pharaohs, and psychological coercion ingrained in the social norms. Through historical and iconographic analysis, the work highlights how violence function as a means.
Well, Easy Band, they said social norms. You say you don't subscribe to that.
Hold on, bro. Let me finish though. As the work highlights how violence functioned as a means of control and societal regulation, reflecting deeper moral and cultural values.
Social norms.
What's that?
Social norms. So when I brought up the child grape and I brought up the early marriage, so those are social norms, just like what you just read right there. You have to contextualize it, huh?
Bro, look, I'm not arguing that point. If you want me to argue that point, I have a different argument.
But where is the God-based war in this?
Well, first of all, no one hasn't argued that Kemet is without violence, brother. No one is arguing that Kemet didn't have any violence. Our argument is Kemet wasn't championing violence in the name of Ma'at. That's what we're arguing.
I'm not trying to hear you, man.
Yeah, of course you're not, because you want to bring up a side argument that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We want to smoke on the people.
Y'all niggas don't know grape. That's the problem.
Right?
Hey,
You guys
I want to challenge.
You guys just talking about grape, right? It's short. This is a scholarly paper talking about how violence is ingrained and used by the pharaohs.
So show the
and
text.
the pharaohs are representatives.
You showed the abstract, show the primary.
Y'all ain't showing
Read what the scholars say.
Y'all show a text.
No, say the text.
You showing hearsay, show the primary.
Text all day. Y'all ain't show one. Show a text right now for what y'all been claiming.
Hey, Kassan, Humble said he want that smoke. You loud. Humble said he want that smoke.
Are you willing to debate? Are you willing to debate the sexual violence?
Kassan, you looking real weak right now, brother. Let the brother talk. He challenging you for a debate and you running.
If sexual violence was normalized in criminal
Brother, you ain't smoked nobody. Everybody on this panel that smoked you. Asar smoked you first. I smoked you second. Seven just smoked you. You a pack. You a pack, Kassan.
Nah. Nobody spoke aside.
Humble won't smoke right now, and you dodging that. You out here to be argumentative.
If sexual violence was normalized in Kemet.
And now Humble want to smoke you next.
Sexual violence was normalized in Kemet.
I just read it. Showing you that
it was not normalized in Kemet.
I just read it, bro.
Read the text again.
So it says this paper examines the multifaceted nature of violence in ancient.
No. Read the text.
He reading the abstract. He's not reading the primary source.
Okay. Did that paper give any citations to text to prove this? What are the citations in that paper? Can you read that?
Hold on. Let me give you. All right. So hold on. Because this is an actual paper that I
but that's up. Hearsay. Go to the primary.
Yeah, I need the citations to prove this article.
Hold on. None of you brought any sources. I just brought a source, and you guys are looking.
Man, there were plenty of sources shown tonight.
What
happened?
What sources?
Unc Shishon, right? Unc Shishon. He says this. He says, "Do not violate a married woman. He who violates a married woman on the bed will have his wife violated on the ground. Better a statue of stone than a foolish son. Better no brother than one who is evil. Better deaf than want." Now, that's a text from Unc Shishon saying what you're saying is not true. What do you have in the text to show us that it's a lie?
That's why you can't read the abstract. You got to read you got to be able to read the primary.
Thank you.
You guys just ignored. I'm not gonna read the whole paper, bro. I'm just reading.
You don't want the whole paper.
Go to the primary. Go to the primary.
You see what I just read here?
Go to the primary, easy.
It says, "Do not violate a married woman."
Okay, what is this from? Asar Mka. What are you reading from? Can you let them know?
Absolutely. These are the maxims of Unc Shishon. And he says, "Do not violate a married woman. He who violates a married woman on the bed will have his wife violated on the ground. Better a statue of stone than a foolish son. Better no brother than one who is evil. Better deaf than want." Go ahead.
That what? Okay, so let me go ahead and read. Hold on, man.
Yeah, hold on.
So you guys are just gonna ignore this abstract that I read over here?
Brother. Yeah, because the abstract ain't the primary. We need a primary. Read the primary source that say what you say.
Brother, so
it's not just hearsay, brother. It's hearsay at this point. It's just hearsay. It's a narrative.
Hold on. So
let's hear from Easy Bands. Go ahead.
So are you guys now discrediting the scholars, bro?
Yeah,
it's hearsay.
Not all scholars are truthful.
Text, yes.
Well, just because he's a scholar doesn't mean he can't be questioned. That's why we're questioning him. That's part of scholarship.
No, watch this. You say, are we discrediting the scholars? Watch this. No. When me and Kassad had our debate, When me and Kassad had our debate, he asked, he read from a scholar that said that the Adzi was what they were talking about when they were talking about Asherah. When I told Look, the primary source.
They don't say that.
So, it don't have an Asherah on. It don't
At
have
all.
Adzi on it. It had Asherah at the chapel with Yah and it or with Yahweh. And
Yahweh and his Asherah.
And the other one had two of them walking together. Where was the tool at? That's how you disprove a scholar when a scholar is wrong. Go ahead.
Disprove this.
Pick him up. He on the ground. Pick him up.
The nigga just lied again.
Go ahead.
So
9, 10.
Again.
He out of there.
Just brought up. Disprove it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let everybody. I'm gonna let you finish up Easy Bands, and then I'm gonna go around. Everybody say their final. I think we have a debate possibly brewing between Humble and Kassad.
Yeah,
I saw it. It looked. The smoke was really rising in here tonight. So I appreciate everybody. Let's start. Easy Bands, close out with your final word, and then I'm gonna go around. Thank you.
Okay, so basically, I brought an abstract from scholarly work showing that violence was ingrained in ancient Kemet, and it was used by the pharaohs to control the people, coerce the people, etc., etc. Now, there's several. I just don't have time because I was looking up this stuff up right now. But there's several stories, like for instance, the tale of the two brothers, New Kingdom. It's a famous story involving false accusations and sexual assault. Okay, there's another one, the tale of the eloquent peasant, and then there's another one, the tale of the shipwrecked sailor. So these are some of the stories that'll show you that they didn't have the same perception of grape that we do and have the laws that we do today in the modern system. And they use things like grape, they use things like murder, sacrifice, etc., to control the people, to bring ma'at. So, and then on top of that, the pharaoh was considered
to bring ma'at.
Yeah, to bring ma'at, right?
Great.
Yeah, let's let him close out, King J, and then I'll go. King J, you can go next. Let me let him finish. Thank you.
King J, this is the thing. Ma'at doesn't care about your morals, bro. Ma'at cares about balance. So whatever it takes to bring balance, whatever that deity thinks is necessary for balance, is what happens, bro. So if the pharaoh passes away, for instance, some of the earliest pharaohs, right, when they died, they used to sacrifice people with them, and they would bury live people with them, right? So that to the deity at that time, that was ma'at. You get what I'm saying? Okay. No. So and then on top of that, so we're closing out. So on top of that, I saw 7 Ausar. Your whole point about Abrahamic faiths being the reason why, or being the cause of wars around the world, etc., in past history is BS, because I just showed that Abrahamic faiths are only responsible for 6% of the wars in history, 6 to 10% of the wars in history, right? Now, I asked a question to anybody in the crowd. Would you rather be part of the crowd that is part of the religious faiths that's only responsible for 6 to 10%, or would you rather be part of the non-religious group that's responsible for 94 to 90% of the wars in history? I'll land my plane there.
Oh, I'm sorry. King J, you come up after him.
Okay. I peace to the panel. I actually, Nepal, enjoyed the way you open up the panel like this.
Yeah.
I think you should do it more often. I enjoyed building with everybody on the panel tonight. Even if I did have some contention with you guys, but I still, just enjoy building all around with you guys. And just overall, so Ausar, I would just say this, 7, I believe that it's not the script itself, it's just the way that the script is used. It can be used for good or bad, and it depends on the person. That's if the person's actual agenda. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, King J. Yes, thank you so much. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it too. I like to just stand back and watch this. It's better that way for me. I was in my womanly role. Right, Easy Bands? Shout out, brother. Shout out to Yara. He said I don't know my place when I be up in these panels. I'm just joking. It was great. Sarim Khan. It's all love, Easy Bands. Sarim Khan, go ahead and close out.
My brothers, you know I enjoy talking with y'all. Stay out your feelings, Kassad. You my younger brother. I done told you about getting too goddamn angry up here. You can't be you calling us N-words and punks and sissies and all types of That's my younger brother right there. Man, let me take a lot of people don't like the older books. I love the older books because some of the new stuff is fluff, as you can see. But I go back to one of them. And it says the Algerians extend their depredations into the English Channel. Conditions of the Christian slaves in Barbary treated with more humanity than African slaves among Christians. It said they were treated with more humanity than African slaves among the Christians.
Down.
Ransom of the slaves by their countrymen. British Parliament appropriated money for the purpose. The French sent bomb vessels in 1688. Lord Exmouth in 1816 releases 3,000 captives and puts an end to Christian slavery in Barbary. But we know it didn't end in 1816. We had to deal with it over here. And the Arabs were still dealing with it over there. The types of nonsensical things that we continue to run into. Not only that, because I ain't even been speaking for a 4 minute yet. My brother Easy Bands mentioned the story of Sinaway. He's mentioning the fairy tales in ancient Kemet. That means they didn't happen. They're just fairy tales.
What was the fairy tale about?
Sinaway? Sinaway is about a brother who left the kingdom of Egypt, went to other lands, became prosperous, thought he would be scolded by the Nesut Bedi, the pharaoh or the king, when he got back. But the pharaoh, the king, greeted him with grace, love, and honor when he got back.
Exactly. And Ausar, he don't know we read these every day. What's mad? Elegant President, we study this shit. Like, come on, bro.
So there was no violence in there.
We read this in Netter, huh?
There was violence.
Hold on.
But it wasn't towards the person you thought it. In fact, Sinaway is thought to be Moses, and he was treated with the utmost respect, huh? Ain't that about a? You see how that works? So now let's go a little bit further. I asked the brother, I said, give me a primary text. He kept reading an abstract. I said, let's go to Ankh Shashank's words so we can see what they say. And the word said, do not violate a married woman. He who violates a married woman on the bed will have his wife violated on the ground.
How about a single
statue of stone, meaning somebody who stands still in the moment, than a foolish son who will act on something and do something and get in trouble. Better no brother than one who is evil. Better you don't have a brother, brother. Better you don't have a brother at all than one who is evil. Better you die than want for something that is undesirable. If you are thirsty at night, let your mother give you to drink. And this is something they would have violated. But in Kemet, we respect our parents. Our parents. And if I go up here earlier into Ankh Shashank, you know what it's going to say? You know what it's going to say? It's going to tell you the same thing you found in a Bible way earlier. It say, serve any man that you may find profit. Serve your father and mother that you may go and prosper. And hopefully my little brother Easy Bands can go and prosper. And hopefully my little brother Kassan can go and prosper. I told you, don't debate me first. Take it easy. Now you having nightmares about me. And that's we just want my MTV out.
Savage! I'm a savage!
All right. Sarim Khan is a veteran. I appreciate you being up here, brother. You done? I'm gonna move on to God Energy. You good? All right, peace. We'll see you next smoke session. You can hang out and while we do the closeout, you're more than welcome to. God Energy, please. Thank you for being here. Please go ahead and close out.
No problem. Yeah, it was a good panel. 7 Ausar, good presentation. I think it's a good topic. We got to bring out a lot of interesting history. I know that the believers feel attacked in some sort of way. That's why we're trying to bring out how Kemet did this and comparable to that. But the holier than thou aspect isn't on Kemet. The people of Kemet are humans and did human things, right? What we're talking about is this holier than thou system that we have here that is just as human as everyone else, right? The point here as well is that this system that you guys claim is just as human as Kemet. Not to say that Kemet is better than what you got. It's to say that what you got is the same as what they had in Kemet, because these are all humans doing human things, trying to better themselves, right? So the same way you could pull out that the people of Kemet did this, that, and the third, exactly. And the same humans that lived across borders where you're representing, they did those same things. And that's the simple point, right? No one's better than the other. Everyone's human. So I think that's what needs to be taken away here. Good information was given out. Easy bands. I even will stand with you on the human sacrifice in Kemet. There's some new information coming about how there was possibly some human sacrifice going on in Kemet. But that's a different story. Neither here nor there. Great job, everybody. It's always a blessing being on a panel with you, brothers, and the sister Nepal. Everyone have a great night.
Yes, thank you, God Energy. Thank you. All right, let's get that bomb drop for the bomb squad. Bomb squad dropping bombs in the smoke session. I'm gonna move on to Humble. Kassad, I'm gonna come back to you so you can do a closeout. But I'm gonna go to Humble. Humble, thank you so much for being in here. I know you want that smoke.
I
with
do.
our brother Kassad. Go ahead and close out, Humble. Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna open up with: was sexual violence normalized in ancient Kemet? Kassad, easy bands. Are y'all willing to take that debate? I love the environment. Hey, listen, we some dogs. We do this too. We love the rankings. Exactly what we do. Was sexual violence normalized in Kemet?
Kemet.
That's what y'all are claiming, isn't it? That's what y'all are claiming, isn't it?
Go ahead, Humble. Get your close out. So he'll respond. He'll respond after you finish up, because I want him to have, I don't want you to.
It was an amazing smoke session, the pie.
Thank you, sir.
Together is always a great smoke session. Seven Asar, you did your thing today, brother. Keep rocking. Tazad, easy bands, King J, brother God Energy, the rest of the brothers. I appreciate y'all and thank y'all for just letting me send amongst y'all, and blessings. I'm out. Thank y'all for that.
Thank you so much. It's always a great experience to have the bomb squad in here. I'm gonna come to you, but don't forget we got Rebel Ra waiting behind you, and then we're gonna close out with the presenter. So Kassad, please go ahead. Thank you for bringing that smoke. I don't know, even though Kassad was hogging that mic, he was karate chopping a lot of people, but I think it was an equal balance of smoke. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead, Kassad. Go ahead.
Can I share my screen, please? No problem.
Oh, shit.
I'm not finna give a lesson. I promise you, I'm not finna give a lesson. I promise you, I'm not finna give a lesson. I just want to point something out. That's all.
Okay, everybody's cool with that. All right, not too long.
I promise.
A good 30 seconds of that. Okay, go ahead. It's on there.
Point some things out.
It's up there. It is up there. It is up there.
No, because they talked about primaries and pulling up text. This is the same source that I pulled up earlier, right? Is this the article? Yes. The quote right here you see is in a quotation. This is coming from the actual primary document. It is sourced. All we have to do is go down right here. This number, Berlin 3029 in Litcham, it actually refers. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you really quickly. Share this tab instead. You should see swaps. This source that is referencing is actually the primary. I'm not making something up. The scholar isn't making something up. This is why they didn't want me to read this, because he's trying to put it on the biblical or Abrahamic faiths. When no, that's not it, bro. All these people had this idea that their God gave them the authority to go out and be the top person. That all of them believe that. He trying to make it a monopoly, and that was the point. Now we try to get into different things on the culture of ancient Egypt, going into the rape and stuff. You trying to challenge me on a claim that I never made. I never said it was the norm, but it is done throughout multiple dynasties with multiple pharaohs. You cannot say that they did not do it. That's the point. Just like we cannot say the Israelites didn't do things. Like I said, when Ausar read his source, pointed out when he read the scripture, it said wicked men. The Bible is acknowledging that this is a wicked act and it should not be done. I'm going to say, where is that at in Egypt? That's all I was going to do. Let's trade sources. But niggas is scared and they don't really want the smoke. This is why I'm telling them, pull up the primaries and stuff and we can do this. We really do this primary stuff. They don't want the smoke. So once again, now I'm going to share 2 more things and I'm done. Now, he mentioned the Kunzla the Drug. Y'all are so funny, Ausar. I beat you, beat King J, and the other guy, I say, brought this up, and I got the same source and smoked all y'all with it. If you want to say this right here, because ain't no scholar said this is Ausar saying this. I read the scholar's work. He said the image has nothing to do with the inscription. If you want to go off what Ausar said, okay, this image and stuff, that's portraying Asherah and Yahweh, okay. So this right here, this image right here that's on the screen, it don't matter what the text say, this homosexual. You got niggas beating off and pointing cum at their mouth.
Oh no! Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Okay, I gotta take this down.
It's too much.
Hey,
What the
hey,
hell?
tell them to pull up the script and I'll
All
read
right,
it
it's
for
all
them
good.
right
It's all
now.
good.
No, pull it up. I'll read it for them right
Just like
now.
I pulled up that Hebrew and it said it had nothing to do with the deity Asherah. And you
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
what the scholar said?
The mess.
That's what the
Hey, you
scholar
can pull it
said.
up and I'll read it for him and
That's
show
what
him
the
he
scholar
wrong too.
Clark and Carr,
Not the
brother.
audio. That's
Are
what
you
the
gonna do the debate? Hey, Kassad, my friend, brother. Are you gonna do the debate with Humble?
No.
We let's do it.
challenge me on what I
Okay, we're
claim.
gonna set it up. We'll work on that through our Sonnetter. I'm gonna move on. Thank you,
Challenge me on
Kassad.
my claim.
Let's do it.
Rebel Ra, come on in. And Kassad, I can't believe you said that. Okay, Rebel Ra, thank you so much for being here. Your closeout, and then we're gonna get to the presenter.
Sick.
Hey, yeah, give thanks again to the people on the board. Give thanks, Napar. And I like your show the other day with the anima and everything going on.
Oh yeah, thank
But
you.
I tell MCAR, that youth Kassad obsessed with him, because every live Kassad come on, MCAR name have to be mentioned because he's traumatized. That is one point I got to make. Like literally, I observe that every time. It's like he never gotten over that defeat yet, But I wish you would take on that next challenge with him and give him a final beating and just put him to rest and make him know, say, yeah, that is
You
good.
want to debate is the Egyptians raping people? Do you want to debate that?
You know what? We can debate the papyrus you just pulled up, and let's see if he's sucking phallus or if he's spitting out children after the lover is on the other side.
Just like we
Okay,
can read
okay.
the
You
drug.
wanna get it in?
Okay, let me continue with my closeout.
We're gonna work on that.
Hold on.
Let me
Kassad
continue with
has
my
some smoke
closeout.
with Humble and Asar MK.
And we also got to remember too, I mentioned, wrote down like the medicine women that the Catholic Church put to the stake in the name of witchcraft.
Yes.
That's one of the thing I just want to touch on. We also need to remember too that the Catholic Church, while having Sunday morning meetings, there were slaves downstairs in the cellar waiting to be sold on Monday morning. And that is all in the name of Jesus and God thing, you know what I mean? So that is real atrocity against our people.
In the name of Jesus. Come on, brother.
Yeah, we know Wall Street and everything is we start Wall Street, you know what I mean? Our backs, our tears is Wall Street, you know what I'm saying? We have the Ethiopia-Italia war, where Mussolini was blessed by the Vatican to go fight His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, even though that Ethiopia had to recede after 5 years. We see that the Catholic Church again was ordaining this holy war against His Majesty. So even in this day and age, we see these things happening prevalently. So we don't even need to go back in so far. But as I say, it's nice to be on the board. And Napa, I like the little brawl session where, you know what I mean, you don't come in and everybody just get them peace. And I like the youth, them like humble and God energy and Ausar and them youth, the little Ashe, you know what I mean? Cause the youth them are come powerful. Zambia bridge need to get back with the African roots. You know, it's easy bands. I rate you, bless you up in Canada and everybody up in Canada same way. And I will receive from this. So one love to everybody. Blessed love. Rastafari.
One love, I love that. One love, Rastaman. You are a Rasta to your soul. My brothers, last but not least, we have the one who sparked the flame and had the smoke just rising. We have the one and only Seven Ausar. This was a genius topic. I don't know what it is about this topic, but you brought the smoke tonight. Y'all brought all kinds of sources and smoke. And the people in the audience, thank you for sticking with us so late. One and Seven Ausar, close out, my friend.
Okay. We brought the smoke today, ladies and gentlemen. We was hotboxing. That's how much smoke we got. Right? And I want to thank everybody that was on the panel, even the ones that got holes in their shirts. You're still my brothers, right? And we can disagree in scholarship, but I will always unite with you in community. And I just want to say to the people in the audience that today we learned that there is absolutely no doubt that the Abrahamic religion is the only religion and the religion that are the religions that mostly foster war, conflict, slavery, rape, and pedophilia. No one has been able to come up here to refute this claim because history backs me up. It wasn't my evaluation. It was history tapping me on my shoulder, saying, look at this. And we had our brothers that came in here to substantiate this history because no doubt when you deal with truth, truth has to ring. And those who know truth, like these truth tellers here, they will ring this truth. Right? So I'm going to not be too long-winded because we've been here for a long time. And I want to say thank you to the Queen Napa. Thank you to my great grand elder Sonetta, right? To everybody on the panel and in the chat, peace to you, family. I love you. And we have to do this again.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, my brothers. This was an excellent, I think I'm going to say this is a star-studded panel, in my opinion, as far as the information went. To the people in the audience, thank you for staying with us. I hope you enjoyed this smoke session. We will continue. We'll try to continue to do these because this is the toughest environment to be in. If you can't make it here, then you might as well just go ahead to your granny's church, start serving the bread and the grape juice. Keep it real peaceful. Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace to everybody. Peace, peace, peace.
Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Temperatures going up, the heat is rising, scholars are showing up, audience vibing. We on a mission, competition is the only desire. Whose information will be facing the unmerciful fire? So what's up, stand up, can you walk through hell? So tough, too tough for the weak soft shell. Set the fire, fan the flame, smoke is rising in plumes, while the inexperienced debater starts to choke on the fumes. Bring your science, bring your wisdom, even bring us your religion. If you cannot stand the heat, then please don't come in the Paul's kitchen. It's a session, learn a lesson, fight and overcome your fear. Who will be the best debates? By the time all the smoke clears, who wants to smoke?